Welcome everyone to another lovely game of Dungeons and PhatDogs. To those currently tuned in, thank you for joining us. Now, before we get into the lovely adventure before us, do we have any announcements for the company?
Patreon.
yeah.
Yes, thank you, Patreon Fairy. We love you.
Great. For the rest of time, every time I bring up the Patreon, I have to do it like this.
Tony, you want to lay out the Patreon?
Yeah, so again, guys, we have a Patreon. It helps us make stuff and things at a reasonable rate. And, if you guys liked the turnaround time that we've been able to put out, content, abridging content specifically, then, that is directly responsible because of our patrons and the absolute insane amount of generosity they have been showing our way.
Indeed. And there's also some perks when depending on how much you pledge.
Yep. And today it will just be our glorious DM, Royce, myself, yes. DarkonFullPower, and chibitails. We will not be joined today by Explodicy or Richie.
Yep. Sad face. Real life gets in the way too often.
Yep.
But we will survive, and I'm sure they will be able to attend next session. Anyway, is there anything else we need to discuss, or are we good to go?
No, let's get right into it.
All right. So let's go with a quick synopsis just so we can catch everyone up. So, in our last session, we saw our quintet of adventurers. They were still fording through the strange passages of an unknown location deep beneath the waters of Shimmersalt Lake in a bid to help Luna during a contract. Discovering a few hazards both by accident as well as by detection, the group steadily made their way deeper into this unknown locale before coming across a rather wildly deranged Gouth, whom was quite off the rocker from quite a lengthy time of solitude. Diplomacy was attempted, but conflict came to pass in the end. Fortunately, our heroes bested this mad aberration, fulfilled their contract with Luna, and returned from the waters of Shimmersalt Lake to Aurelia with some plundered valuables in hand to boot. Thanking the group for their aid, Luna departed and left the five to exchange some quick business with the owner of the Wand's Want, Gillian Jamas. From there, the group has the city as their veritable urban oyster.
Oh boy, I just realized something actually kind of hilarious.
Yes?
One of the things that the game actually does recommend for you to do as wizard is to learn spells as they become relevant to what you've encountered in the story. And as of encountering the Goth and not being able to have any sort of diplomacy go well with him, Aurelia now has Charm Monster. That is actually a very lore-fitting spell pick.
Yeah, Aurelia asked the Trask out for date when.
Anyway. You joke, but that is now allowed.
Anyway, so last we more specifically left off, y'all were essentially leaving the shop of Gillian Jamas's The Wand's Want. There was, I believe, is there nothing specific that anybody wanted to attend to?
I mean, I don't exactly know where the fuck we are at the moment. So, no, nothing for me.
Stated, in the capital of Aurelia.
Yeah, and I have no idea, like, even the synopsis is very fucking lost. So.
Right. Okay.
Bexley, okay, this sucks because my arrow is green, but Bexley's over there. We're not in Bexley anymore. Bexley's old news. So we decided to go up here because...
Okay. I know we're at this lake, but after going into the lake, and doing the little bit that I was there for, everything else is like, what's going on? I don't understand.
To be fair, the reason we're up here is because of the NPC that we were kind of following with, but we're not with her anymore, so why are we here?
You had with Luna. So presently, as I said, you have the city as your veritable urban oyster.
Wow.
You have a few things that you can possibly explore. You can either retire for the day if there's nothing any of you wish to do. So presently you're in what is known as the Silver District of Aurelia. There are 3 districts and you are in the middlemost district. Around here you can ask a few guards depending on what you're looking for, be it rest, food and drink, services where you can gather information. Right now the city bustles around you.
AKA, what do you want? Look, I don't know what I want half the time.
What time of day is it?
It is currently a little past noon, about 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, huh?
Well, that
you hear a
dungeon
distant
delving and goth were really scary.
As you stand outside of the Wands Watch, you hear a distant ringing as a gentleman walks through a nearby intersection and stands on top of what looks to be a small wooden pedestal. He seems to be dressed in a rather simple attire. When the bell in his right hand, it continues to ring. It's rather raucous and bounces around the walls of the various buildings around you rather noisily as he soon begins to cry out various announcements. Urgent request from the Competence Guild requesting aid concerning hazardous conditions to operations. See Contract Guild in for further information. Claims of demonic sightings around Aurelia, officials assert claims are not substantiated. Also, abrupt occult attack on Bexley brought to an end. Unknown contributors to thank for aid in resolving crisis. Hostile creatures attacking local farmsteads. Aurelia Council requesting aid concerning matters. Seek Contract Guild for further information. Lastly, rumors of disappearances within the Braun District being investigated. Citizens encouraged to avoid travel during evening and night hours and keep in groups if needed. Managed to catch that over the dim of the crowd as the crowd goes about his various other duties, announcing the general news to the public of Aurelia in the Silver District.
Awesome.
Jinx turns to Aurelia and goes, I heard our next adventure.
Yes.
What did you hear?
I heard our next... I also, out of character, heard the next adventure too, but would also like to have, if possible, a quick, text version of that, because some of that may have been lost.
Yeah, I'll enter that into the chat.
But I also heard something about fields, and that definitely means that we're going to be burning some fields next.
Yeah. Well, with that, food chips up raw. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go visit the House of Lady Favors because I need to relax after that rather stressful encounter.
Okay, goodbye, muscle teacher.
That fool waves as he walks off in search of some form of House of Ill Repute. And give me a few moments.
Then Jinx turns to Aurelia and goes, Teacher, how come muscle teacher keeps losing his fingers?
What?
He said he was going to the House of Ladyfingers.
All right, and I've entered the last summarization of the announcements. There, you'll see in text pretty much what the cry was announcing over the din of the various citizens bustling around you.
You would think he'd want to replace it with muscle fingers, not lady fingers. I just don't understand.
Jinx, I think you meant a House of Lady Favors. You know, whores. Ankel says, looking up to you.
So he's paying for their fingers?
You know what? Sure. Okay, guys, what are we doing?
Also, have you noticed that it was spelt no barin damage? That was not a mistake. I typed that in that way.
Well, this is the session.
I'm really sorry, Royce. That really hurt.
No, it's fine. I've acclimated to the group.
I'm so sorry.
Wow. That was a good one.
Aurelia, you feel a slight tug on the back of your dress as a very small voice speaks from you. Hello, ma'am?
I'm assuming you're referring to me.
I said Aurelia.
Okay. Aurelia turns around.
You turn around and see what is possibly the smallest child you've ever gazed upon. What is no human child, but a little gnomish child, a girl who stands just a little past, just at the point of your midpoint of your thighs, and she's dressed up in rather simple rags, mostly a brown tunic and yellow pants. You got a blonde hair that's pulled back in a very basic ponytail, and she's looking up at you with great big brown eyes. Excuse me, ma'am. I know it's a lot to ask, but could you lend a little coin? I have nothing to eat tonight.
Can we change the little girl to a little boy? Because that was a fantastic little boy voice.
Okay, sure. The little girl suddenly becomes a little boy.
So she's an elf.
Hilarious. Okay, little
No
boy
one's
comes
gonna
up to
get
him
that joke except people that read way too much about D&D.
He's currently standing before you, hands outstretched, very kind of sheepish, kind of
Wants,
sinking in on himself.
Oh, so like Lief got it.
wants coin, but also says, I totally am not going to spend this on the drugs.
As you can tell, this is still a child.
I didn't hear that.
In the current state of Canada, it cannot be ruled out. Does anyone have day rations on them? Because if they want food, they're going to get food because we should have food.
I mean,
Jinx basically just throws a day of rations at him.
Yeah, I was about to
Like
say.
bodily throws it at them.
Like actually throwing for the intent of what? Just to give or to harm?
Kind of
Kobe.
not harm, but to aggressively give. You're hungry.
If I were to replace, if I was to answer that word with Kobe, does that answer it?
All right,
pretty much.
Tony, I want you to make a strength roll just for lulz.
Oh my god.
You have the child make a dexterity roll.
Oh, okay. Yeet.
Yeah,
Okay. Roll a 10. So the sudden velocity takes the child by surprise, but they jump and manage to just barely catch it in front of their face before it beams them right between the eyes. Looks down at pretty much just like some dry jerky and dry biscuits. Oh, thank you, Miss
Yep.
Your
Jinx.
Lord and Savior Jinx.
Okay, thank you, Jinx.
Lord and Savior Jinx.
Okay.
Lord and Savior Jinx.
Very well.
And with that, the child gives a nod and quickly
Hold on a
traipses
second.
off.
Aurelia pets Jinx while rolling her eyes.
Hold on, what was that, Chibi?
Alright, guys.
What?
No fighting.
Oh, she's.
I had a feeling it was a cat problem.
Okay. As you stand, you do smell the faint, alluring waft of baked goods upon the air, slight tint of sweetness from possible sweet confections.
I'm sorry.
Tingle of savory meat also caresses your nostrils as it seems you're nearby some form of food market, possibly.
We smelled meat. It was yummy.
I like how I said, hold on a second, because I had fighting cats, and then...
You didn't miss much. He was just giving
I was just giving ambiance.
Yeah.
Probably Lief is just like, ew. Where's the fruit at?
You're also pretty sure you smell a salad somewhere. There, better.
Well, it is a food market, so it'll have whatever appetizes you. Oh wow, is that fresh dog?
Okay. Okay, so Chibi, are you back?
Yeah, I am back. Sorry.
Okay.
Cats
Did you want
were
to
getting ready to fight.
say anything to the boy? Throw anything at the boy? Well, I don't want to like step over you in case there was something you wanted to do with the child.
I mean, I was going to give him rations, but Jinx already took care of that. So.
Lord and Savior Jinx.
I guess Lief's just going to happily wave at the kid. Does I guess leave? I don't know what they.
Okay. Leaf, you actually feel a slight tugging at your side.
Oh boy.
As you notice another small figure presently trying to fish their hand within one of your side pouches.
Wow, they must be tall.
Well, they're no gnome child.
They're scaling the fucking leg, his leg like a goddamn jungle gym. Don't mind me.
A tall ass child.
Because I'm assuming you're not like, video game hero, you keep all your things in a hammer space. I'm assuming you got like a rucksack and like pouches around your waist and whatnot. So, for a child reaching up,
but my waist is not the waist you're probably.
Okay, where the deer neck would be coming out. Is that better?
Alright, so I guess does everyone else notice this or just Leaf?
I don't know. Leaf, you notice this, and the child looks at you and freezes. It is another.
Headlights, huh?
It's another boy as well. This one is obviously human and looks to be a little older than the gnome child that you spoke to previously. It looks at you and says,
Meow.
bye? And
Oh god damn it!
and quickly makes an effort to dash away. Is there anything you wish to do?
I guess, oh, shut up! I guess he's going to go after the kid?
Okay, so you're going to want to chase after the child. The child is presently dashing through not heavily crowded, but moderately crowded city streets. You know, it's a little bit past noon, so people are out doing their business. So, what I want you to do, since he's a child, pretty much disappearing among adults, I want you to make a perception check.
Oh, hold on.
Because it kind of disappears from your immediate vision as you know various adults and larger people.
It's been a while.
You want maybe I should burn him?
Too many people. Later.
You hear Muscle's teacher's voice in your brains. No.
Oh wow. He learned.
He
learned the cantrip message. When did he do that?
Too much collateral damage.
Yeah, pretty good roll. Back initially, but you do manage to see the child about 30 or 40 feet ahead, dart down what looks to be a sizable alleyway between two buildings, about 30 to 40 feet from you.
Oh.
As I don't see anything else Aurelia's gonna do. If Lief's chasing, Aurelia's following.
I mean, has Lief like declared this at all, or?
Well, it's a big fucking deertaur running at a full sprint, so I'm guessing we're gonna see that.
Okay, so again, Chibi. So Lief is just chasing after with not saying anything. I'm not judging. I'm just making sure I hear.
So I guess you know, he's just like. She got
Run.
Wraith. No, fucking. I just saw what Wraith put in chat. We need Chibi to become the truck in this scenario.
All right. Well, I'll just. Okay,
So,
I'll just say for the sake of.
Basically, at least he's like he notices this child, you know, trying to steal from him. I'm guessing the other child was the distraction while he steals.
Maybe.
Yep. That is immediately what came to my mind.
And so he notices this kid try to steal from him. So the kid runs off and he's basically saying, you know, hold on a minute. Like, are you like? Is there something you need? Like.
All right. Right about you're about saying that the kid just dashed off like bye.
Yeah. So I mean, basically by.
All right, so
basically by that, I'm guessing Aurelia noticed that, and so he, you know, kind of goes off, like he goes after.
all right, so Jinx, Aurelia, you hear Lief speak somewhat flustered. A child suddenly blurts something. And then Lief shortly begins dashing in a big direction.
Trotting off.
I'm following Lief.
Yeah, at a casual pace. Just like, oh, okay.
Okay. As you come up to the alley, it is moderately dark. A few people do kind of look at you in slight surprise, Lief, as you walk forward. But with your slight head above everyone else, you do manage to keep a fairly good train on the alley in question. And as you get to the alley, it looks to be a dead end.
Oh. And the kid's gone?
Maybe they're a magician.
Fuck. I don't have instant cast detect magic. And I'm not. And if we wait here for 10 minutes, the person's gonna be long gone.
You want maybe I blow it up?
You also do notice one gold coin that is resting on the ground.
Where is this coin specifically?
You're standing in front of the mouth of the alley, and it is resting on the ground right in front of Lief.
This seems like an
We should leave. We should leave. Now.
I will say, Lief, you have lost 20 or not 20, 19 coins effectively. 19 gold coins.
Oh, rip.
Fucking
Okay.
bullshit.
So you're standing in front of this alley.
As like Lief goes game plan, we find every child within the city, and we shake them down for money.
So do you want to search it all, or are you just going to write this off as essentially goods stolen?
Don't worry. Now that I know the little shits are fucking assholes, if we see another one, we're going to
they're
learn.
dead.
So the
They're
next
gonna
child you
die.
see, you're just going to deck in the fucking face.
Oh no! I have hold person. They're not going nowhere.
So did get a really good look at them?
You got a brief look, like you got maybe several seconds of basically a good stare as they pretty much, had that brief freeze, like, oh god, I've been found. You could tell that in that brief moment that they were big enough to be a child, not a gnome child, but definitely a human child at the least. Looked to be a boy with short brown hair, a red tunic, and brown shorts. That's all you were able to really discern before they quickly GTFO'd.
So red tunic and
Red tunic, brown shorts,
brown shorts.
short brown
Barefooted?
hair.
Were they bare?
You weren't able to get a good enough look at them to ascertain that minute detail.
Okay. Well, I guess Lief will just make a mental note of that.
Okay, well,
Okay, is that all?
yeah, next child we see, I'll light him on
I'm
fire.
not getting
No.
any, like from the other two. So
But we don't exactly have spells that can help.
I have
Jinx,
I have hideous laughter at hold person, but
Uncle
sure.
Uncle kind of pokes you on the side. Jinx, how about you don't go killing the first kid that we see? We don't really need the guards looking at us unfavorably.
They'll probably think we're doing them favors.
I highly doubt that.
So obviously this place has a very big problem. Orphan children.
Everyone make a history
Hungry.
check. Everyone make a history check.
Oh, okay.
And I'll actually, what is Uncle's history? Oh, actually, not bad.
Oh,
I know less about this place than when I started.
Okay, Jinx, you...
oh, wait a minute. Why is that a 3? That should be a 2.
Wait, how did we get back in Bexley?
Okay, Jinx, you and Ankel lock eyes for a brief second. For some reason, you exchange brainwaves and get mentally fried for a second and have no idea what you were just thinking about.
Jinx looks at Uncle and goes, "Oh God, it's another kid!" Oh wait.
Ha ha. Lief, you really aren't able to discern anything more specific aside from the fact that you know Aurelia is the capital of Aurelia, and that you're currently in the Silver District. There's not much that you can really tell regarding its history.
Oh right, who's gone? Okay.
Yeah, who went to the House of Lady Fingers.
Lady
And-
fingers.
I guess that part fried my brain, and I.
Well, from the very reasonable understanding that there even is a bronze district and we're currently in silver, whatever poor kids that are in the bronze obviously go to the silver to pickpocket and then retreat back. But that's just like basic reasonable deducting. So
Yeah, it's not entirely far off, but yeah, essentially, Aurelia is known for having a fairly low poverty percentage in its citizens. It does pride itself for trying to ensure as many citizens as possible have a means to money and housing via available work for their skill level. But as with any major city, as this is a very large city, there's going to be the lower percentile who are essentially in said poverty. So yeah, with that deduction that you're able to deduce, it's likely some poor child or children from the Bronze District into the Silver.
All right, it's time to make a soup kitchen.
Yeah.
How would you make soup out of? Are we gonna freeze it?
I wasn't saying that as Lief. I
It's
was
hard to
saying
tell.
that as my. How?
If we had a cleric, we kinda could. But we
Well,
don't,
really,
so...
there's always a time to find Sky Jesus.
So, okay,
You gotta-
so if they went down this way and fucking disappeared,
Fairly good guess, even without a roll, that the children probably weren't able to simply vanish or turn invisible.
yeah, they're probably still like hiding somewhere in that.
Because the alley itself is fairly nondescript. There's not really like any boxes or barrels that they could probably
All right.
hide
Well, I'm gonna do a perception check then.
in. What are you looking for? Are you looking just in general, or are you looking for a specific detail?
I'm looking for anything that they could possibly use to hide.
Okay.
You check for things for them to hide. I am going to check if there's anything that they could scale.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just say perception checks for both.
I mean, that's not bad. Even
And what could they scale in this alley?
With this, as I said, there's really nothing that was that 12 Jinx's perception.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I thought that was the history check earlier.
No, my history was a -1, dude.
Yeah, I realized that first part. So I'll do Dark first. So scale wise, there's nothing that really stands out like box wise or barrel wise that you could hop up and grab. There's a few windows facing into the alley and some various ledges and just basic architecture that juts out that if you were fairly adept at scaling urban architecture, you could probably get up there Assassin's Creed style.
None of the windows are open?
Yeah, none of the windows are open, and given the gaps, it's unlikely a child, unless they were like Olympian levels of fit for their age, could like jump and leap up.
Welcome to actually having rogue levels as a child. How did that happen?
Yeah, you're not facing little Ezio Auditore.
Okay, so up is out.
Jinx, you look through again. There's really no boxes or crates that they could have just immediately hidden or hid behind. There does look to be a few dark shapes along the base of the buildings as they meet the ground, and a slightly closer look shows them to be essentially if for anybody who's like seen a basement, those little tiny windows that you see in basements that are like at the very top of like the basement wall that peeks into the lower level. You kind of know what I'm talking about. You do see some of those, and a good amount of them are loose and left open. Likely a means of ventilation or of some sort.
Wait a minute. Is Ankel with us?
Yeah.
Can we get the sneaky rogue person to do a perception check when this is kind of his forte on what to look for?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
That sounds like a reasonable suggestion.
Uncle, get off your ass and do something.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
His perception is +6.
Wow.
I mean, I see a couple things at the base of the buildings that look like they could slip inside, but aside from that, nothing really.
Oh God, you're just.
Well, if that's the only thing that he sees, check that out, I guess.
Yeah, Ankel does approach, and it does look like a creature of small size or smaller could fit through there. Likely a child.
Okay.
Y'all are gonna want me to go in there, aren't you?
No, it's okay. I'll just shoot some fire in there. We'll see.
No.
What? But we don't want to go in there. We might as well smoke them out.
No.
Ankel's gonna peek into one of the because there's 3 openings with like there's building on your left, building on your right, and then there's basically a wall immediately in front of you, which is
as soon as you said smoke him out, I actually went and checked my spell list to see if I knew the smoke mist wall thing, because I could have totally done that. But I don't.
Looks into the window that's on the building leftmost to you. Well, there's nothing really in here that indicates somebody ran around. There's a lot of dust, and none of it looks disturbed. Smells nasty though. Kind of pulls back, and a waft of dust kind of goes.
Makes me think of like fucking old cartoon.
Yeah, essentially like that.
That is his balls.
Oh.
Well, Eddie, you gonna help me, or am I gonna be looking at the other 2 just by myself?
I
I figure if either one of them is a mimic, then, well, you know how
I
that
said,
goes.
I said how much I hate you sometimes. No, hate strong, dislike. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it.
Listen, if I look in there, I'm shooting a fireball. And you guys clearly won't let me do that, so...
Yeah, once again, you hear Fu's voice. No. Echo in your mind.
I was about
yeah.
to say, Fu, what you hear? How is the House of Lady Fingers?
Very nice. There's lots of fingers. Right.
Shit, I would have never
With
guessed.
those two rolls, Ankel comes back and he doesn't see anything with the second. Again, just a real nondescript basement essentially. The rightmost opening though, he does seem to pause for a bit. Okay, yeah. Looks like they may have slipped inside here. Looks like some of the dust leading up to this was scraped over the ledge, so
in that case,
slipped into this here space.
In that case, here comes the extremely cheat hacks that I forgot I had. Ripperonis, I feel so sorry. Go, Floof! Go, Cream! I totally forgot that I had Cream.
All right, yep, Cream, I'll just say was like, you're like holding on to Cream, and just kind of goes, beep! And,
I don't like the name Cream anymore. The way you said that, just...
Cream hops out of your arms and just kind of hops along. Okay. And slips inside, kind of has to squish some of its floof, but it manages to get through. I'm guessing, are you like projecting your senses through Cream?
As long as I'm within range to do so.
Okay, make a what are you looking for with Cream? I should probably ask
them. The kids, I guess. I'm not as adept with discerning what I'm looking for as Ankel would be.
Okay.
What is the perception roll of an owl? Because
that is a good question.
I assume it's pretty damn good.
Owl.
Owls have dark vision?
Yeah, do they? That is all. They have a dark vision up to 120 feet. Oh, that is sweet.
Okay. Damn. Okay, yeah.
Perception plus 3.
Yep.
Yeah. +3 and no disadvantage because dark vision. And that's like very good dark vision.
Roll that dice like chicken rice.
Okay.
Chicken fried rice.
Hell yeah.
16.
Oh!
So you're able to...
Oh! Keen hearing and sight. The owl has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or sight.
Make another roll.
Alright, 16.
Okay, 16.
You hear the faint sounds of music overhead, and looking around you, this looks largely like a storage space. And you do manage to see, similar to what Ankel indicated, there do seem to be faint trackings of dirt that you're able to find. You don't hear anything that would indicate maybe somebody hiding, but you do see the trail of dirt heading towards what looks to be a door that is opened, leading to another set of stairs up towards an illuminated area.
Oh.
Well,
do you wish to further investigate?
Well, I am currently a very creamy cream, so yes.
All right.
And
Cream,
the only reason I said that is because it makes Haley uncomfortable. Sorry, Chibi.
You as Cream do the creamy hop 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 up towards the door. And
you're not helping, Royce.
Up towards the door, and you look up the stairs, and the music becomes a little more audible, and the signs of the dirt begin to slightly fade as whatever detritus they had on them was likely, steadily worn off more and more. But it does. You do start to pick up the sounds of a crowd. It's likely a location where people are congregating. I'm assuming you're going to continue going up the stairs, or are you stopping here? All right. Go up the stairs, and you come to a slightly ajar door, and from which the faint illumination that was illuminating the stairs is coming from. And through there, you do see what looks to be a tavern of some sort. The smell of alcohol and faintly cooked bread comes to you, and a very low din of joyous and alcoholic influenced conversation meets your ears. There does seem to be a faint trail of lingering dust particles and dirt particles on the ground, and it's a fairly good assumption that they may have gone through this door from the basement.
Bastards.
But the door is shut.
No, it's ajar.
Oh.
It was
Can't
that was
Cream.
letting the stream of light enter the stairway.
Can Cream move the door open?
Make a strength check.
Shit!
It's a solid wooden door.
Are you about to see one of the lowest modifiers we have ever had to have a player make?
Nat 20. Come on, I thought you put you on loop.
Oh.
The door opens outward, so fortunately you have that in your corner, and little Cream, while looking hefty with all the floof, does not have much meat on those bones, and pushes,
No.
and pushes, but to no avail.
Yeah. I had a feeling if you were going to let me through, it was going to be for the fact that Cream managed to squish through the cracks somehow, but nah.
Nah, it was
not with a one. Not with a one.
You couldn't owl it through, but as Cream is trying to push the door open, it suddenly gives way, and you see a pair of shoes quickly walking towards you. For startled, hey, what's that? And I need Cream to make a.
I immediately demand Cream peep. Peep at the man.
Okay, in what is
You
Cream
know
trying to
what?
charm?
You know what the sound that the frickin' Monster Hunter World little dude does.
Yes, I do. In what context is Cream trying to peep? Is Cream trying to persuade the guy? What is?
Do not
what
squish me.
Oh, okay.
I'm
You know
gonna
what?
go. It's fine. It's fine because any charisma check you're making me do is a -2 no matter what style. But if you have to have, if you have, I was gonna say if it's gonna be something, it's gonna be performance. Unlike, oh no.
Yeah, do a performance check.
Kupo?
Effectively. The most adorable peep he's ever heard.
So, Cream Floof does that little thing where birds do when they're happy. He kind of floofs up and just kind of makes a normal little beep. And the owner of that voice pauses, looks to be an elven man of some sort. He says, get out of here, and goes to give Peep a little kick.
Okay. Peep is going to use flyby so he doesn't get an opportunity attack and retreat out whence it came.
All right. Still gonna get an attack on you.
When
It's an unarmed attack, so it's not like a monk doing that. But...
Great! Peep has an average HP of 1.
What is Cream's AC?
11.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you know that owls have an average hit points of 1, so I'm going to assume, for the sake of context, Peep is just going to get booted out.
So essentially,
Wait a minute. You can attack me for the purpose of shoving. So are you shoving kicking me and then Peep retreats? Because that will not kill it.
You know what? I'll be nice. I'll say, yeah, he goes to shove.
I just imagine he's actually trying to kick the bird. He hits it, and the damn thing explodes.
Yeah, that's essentially what would happen. But okay, yeah, I'll say the guy isn't trying to essentially, field goal kick a squeaking puffball. But yeah, he kind of gets his shoe underneath Cream and just kind of bumps him a lot. Come on, get out of here! Get out of here!
Peep, under my instruction, and also under my terror because I'm seeing things through Peep's eyes, immediately decides to retreat back.
Yeah, it's kind of retreat back into the basement, or
all the way back to me. I think we have all the information we need.
Yep.
Wherever that building is, that's where they went.
All right. Well, from what you said, I'll say that Cream essentially retreated back into the basement and back to you.
All right.
Okay.
So,
what did you see?
Well, what you saw originally was Aurelia all of a sudden falling to the ground when the boot was coming, and then Peep come out of the tiny hole. Peep. Why do I keep calling it Peep? I should just name it Peep. Cream comes out of the cream comes out of the hole. No.
Okay, moving on.
Cream, my fluffy bird, comes out of the grate and then back to my shoulder, and it's all fine because it's a bird. And then Aurelia goes back to her regular senses and lets everyone know, yeah, they definitely went in there and went into what was like a storage room of whatever tavern's nearby.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Storage
well, Jinx goes, okay, well, you know what? I mean, we see any more kids, we make them suffer. Let's just go on our way. It's not worth it.
All right, that's Jinx's verdict. Uncle kind of clears his throat. Yeah, I mean, what did they steal? 10 gold? 20 gold, Lief?
19.
Yeah.
I mean, is it honestly a bankrupt and theft for us? We can probably find some work that'll make 10 times that, at least.
And I'm sure Uncle Biter will just he'll probably steal from more people while we're walking. So
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
don't,
it wasn't.
mean,
It
you're not
wasn't
wrong.
it wasn't really much the gold.
yeah.
It was just Lief was just wanting to give them food because he has like a lot of rations. So
And-
that's literally it.
And with D&D economics, that 19 gold on children is already going to somehow, somewhere, going to cause them a lot of problems. That's actually a lot of money. So whatever problems are going to come their way, that's theirs, and it's all their fault. So it's fine.
Yep. Let's go. I mean, there's no fixing it. There's no fixing this place.
Well, Aurelia's going to start petting and maybe need to give Floof a wash depending on what was in there.
Yeah, Floof has a fine dusting of like dust and dirt on his feathers, and he's very fluffed up and shaking.
So
Well-
let's go to the place with the thing and do the stuff.
Agreed. Where are we going?
Which would be-
Well, I guess Leaf picks up the one, dropped gold coin.
Suddenly mimic. No.
Yes, bite your
You
finger
beat
off.
me to it, Anthony. Oh, we should have done it. Darn it. I should have, charm monstered one of the mimic coins, and then we could have used that on something. That would have been hilarious.
That would have been great.
Okay, you're evil, and that is too evil for poor innocent Aurelia.
Oh. That would have been an alignment change. Oh,
His
okay.
character. That's not evil. That's manipulative, and Aurelia is manipulative.
Okay.
I
so, as
wasn't
said,
planning on using it on children.
But after these events... Okay, so, as I said, you are currently in the Silver District of Artelia. You've heard a few bits of information from a nearby crier, which I've entered into the game chat. Don't know much more, aside from that you were pretty much very close
Let's
to
see.
Gillian Jamas' The Wands Want, and...
So I guess we just go to the contract guild, get our contract, bunk down for the night, and go a killing.
So, how do you find the contract guild? Do you just wander around until you find it, or are you going to ask for directions?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, there we go.
Oh my
That was
God.
weird.
Discord fucking
Did
died.
Did Discord
Yeah.
just flub up on us?
Yeah, Discord died hard on my end.
You say on your end, but you never dropped for us. We heard everything
Yeah,
you
but
said.
no, I mean, I couldn't...
But it dropped for us. I couldn't hear anybody.
That is
We didn't hear anything.
how does it drop one direction? That's fascinating.
It's Tony. Are you really surprised?
Not really. Things seem to be
Okay.
breaking around me recently too.
Okay, so do you need me to repeat what I said, or did you get it
Yes,
before you?
Yes.
No, I did not. I did
Okay,
not
so-
hear any.
You're going to you need to go to the contractor guild. Are you going to ask for directions, or are you going to wander around until you happen to come across it by chance?
Oh, we should probably ask.
I mean, ask direction.
All right, I'll say that you pretty much just ask a general guard, and he points you. Was like, oh yeah, sure. We just have to go down this street about 4 blocks, and you'll see it. It's the big 3-story building with what looks like a rolled up scroll on it. It says Contractors Guild. Pretty actually pretty easy to see once you know where it is. You need any more directions? Need a place to see? I know the Laughing Dragon's a really nice state.
Yeah, wait. You mean they have laughing dragons?
That was the tavern that you went to
Yeah, that was the-
fulfill
that was
that
the
little
tavern.
smuggling operation.
We've already been through
Yeah, and
this.
Jinx has forgotten about it. She goes, wait.
No,
They have laughing
no,
dragons?
you forgot about it. You're not getting out of this.
It's been a while since the last session, so he's forgiven.
It's been a month, so I don't
a
blame
while.
you. I'll be honest, I forgot about the laughing dragon too.
So I'll say that you are informed where the contracting guild is, and you're also basically informed of a few other locations within the Silver District. He kind of assumes like you're tourist, your new faces, so he gives you the homestead's kind of introduction and lets you know where a few things can be found. So you know where the contractors guild is. I'm assuming you go straight there.
Yeah.
I
All right.
guess so.
So, as the guard said, it's a couple quote-unquote city blocks. I don't know what the medieval equivalent of that would be, but directions ring true, and you do manage to come across the Contractors Guild, and it's fairly busy. And going inside, it's again 3 stories, and first floor it's very bureaucratic in a way, if that makes sense. There's a number of manned kiosks lining the wall of the rectangular room that you're currently standing in, and there's various job boards with various labelings like carpentry, smithing. One is mercenary work, fishing. This is basically a hub for job requests for the various entities of Artelia.
Alright, well.
Regarding what you heard, the mercenary board is likely where you want to go, unless you want to get into carpentry.
Nah, fuck that noise.
All right, so you walk up to the
Carpentry tends to burn around me. It doesn't work out.
Carpentry.
So you walk up to the board, and there's pretty much a smattering of various jobs. Most of them are fairly minor, like goblins breaking into homestead, minor thieveries. Some things feel like they should be handed to the guard, but you feel like some people just feel like maybe the guard are a little too overstaffed to deal with minor things like that. But you do see listings that do match what the crier initially said. There is a request from the Carpenters Guild to aid in what is notated as a troll problem. And it essentially details that a troll has come into a recent logging site and has made the area too dangerous for current operations to begin. And the town guard and army are unable to accede to it regarding other more important matters. So Carpenter Guild would greatly appreciate some aid on this.
What would it be to check my knowledge of trolls? Because I know that Jinx has come across them before. I can't remember.
I'd say because actually trolls, I don't believe those are magic. They're just like let me pull that real quick.
Well, I think yeah, history or nature.
Check. I'd say nature because trolls really are known for having a society.
Oh, good point.
10. Well, trolls generally tend to, they're generally.
Trolls exist under bridges.
No, you generally.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Lief's.
Well, no, Jinx is like trolls. Trolls don't like fire. Let's take the job.
Yeah, you.
You know what? I agree entirely.
Yeah, you pretty much know trolls tend to be large. They live a sole life. Occasionally, they're living in groups, and they often will kill anything that they find to eat. And they are very hard to kill, save for a few things that do inhibit their regenerative capabilities. You do notice a small portion of the pamphlet seems to be torn off, but it's doesn't seem to be of the majority of the listing. Alongside that, there is also another one from a local farmstead that is essentially saying that there is a bug infestation in their crops that is rendered seeing to their crops unable to do so. It's known as an Ankel infestation.
That's no good. I would just burn the field down.
It does say the fields have largely been destroyed around the area.
Oh.
The Ankels have pretty much rendered it unworkable.
Ah, okay. Well, burning it wouldn't make it worse then, I guess.
Again, it all depends on like the state of the crops. If the crops are not anywhere, then it's just dirt. Sure.
Well, I mean, my vote's for trolls. One, because burning them is fun, and two, it's been a while since I've seen a nice bridge.
Actually, yeah, everyone do a
What?
nature check.
Do a what check?
Nature check.
Nature?
Nature. Uncle's gonna do one too.
Wow.
What is nature?
And that is the result of Aurelia's backstory, for those who know about it.
I'm like, that fucking role is Darko for me. For someone that literally lives in nature. What the
Well,
fuck?
I mean, hey, even experts have brain farts.
You're just so concerned about those children.
Well, if this is nature around trolls, why would you know about that? You would stay the fuck away from that.
I'll say with
I
current. Go, Chibi.
No, I was just gonna say, like, but the thing of it is that even though he would want to stay away from that, it's just where he lives and how he lives is, I mean, he should know something. That fucking roll, like, just kills me.
The dice will be the dice.
Yeah, none of you really are able to summon up a basic idea of a Jinx. You're like, I think it does something under the ground. Likes to eat a lot. Huh. It's not much that you've heard.
Hold up. I need to do another nature check for the bugs. I haven't done that. I've only done a nature check for the trolls.
Oh, that was the 10? Okay, yeah, do another nature check.
Okay.
Pretty much exactly what I said. You know that you've...
Same with Aurelia.
They tend to live underground.
Why do we have the same knowledge on the same subject? Oof, this sounds horrible.
Yeah, Ankel, he taps his chin. Pancakes. Yeah, I think I know what those are. They're kind of these big bug kind of things and tend to burrow around and they spit acid. Real nasty, but yeah, they're pretty much just kind of like wolves, except they're bugs and they're creepy and...
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
So,
but they're...
trolls?
That's also horrible.
Well, I mean, we got to make coins somehow. I mean, we just made a pretty big purchase with Aurelia's new staff and food buying all those potions and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I have the staff.
And me getting my bow enchanted. Oh god, I don't have a bow.
What?
Man,
He doesn't have a bow?
I would love an enchantment.
We currently left the bow at the workshop guy to make it better.
Enchanting it for 3 days to make it a +1 bow.
Well, then you'll just have to very stealthily stab the bugs.
Damn, I want an enchanted bow.
That was the next thing on the list.
Yeah, we didn't want to make that kind of choice without your stead, and I do apologize. I should have asked that before we moved along.
No,
I will say
we can do that at some point during this session and get that sorted out.
Just a quick context, Gillian Jamas's arcane items tend to be, hundreds of gold at the least, and quickly go up from there as more rare and exotic enchantments are made on items. So
It
a good
also
idea that given your current financial state, it's probably wouldn't be able to afford
It also means that if we come across fancy materials, we can just give the materials to make and only pay for labor. We have a specialist.
Awesome.
So you know what? I figure what we do is let's do both. Let's pick up both the contracts, go get a night's sleep, and go fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Wow, Jinx, for once I'm actually agreeing with you.
Yeah. Perfect time to have a quick break in between them.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
All right, well, Aurelia, why don't you take those to, I don't know, one of the pencil pushers? I don't think I could reach the counter.
What's a pencil?
Really?
I don't think there would be pencils at this time. Pen quills.
Uncle is just ever surprised by Jinx, but yeah, it's fairly simple. The counters it's fairly easy to distinguish as you look around. People are taking slips of paper from the boards, and they're taking to the various counters, and they're essentially, they process the request, notate who's taking the request, and essentially, get in documentation of who's taking it, the amount being paid, and various fees that'll be taken. There is a penalty. If you are unable to complete the assignment within the stated time frame, you will incur a 10 gold penalty.
Now, what's the time frame?
Time frame is for the troll. Since it's fairly urgent, it is a 2-day time frame. For the Ankel, it's been on there for a while. So it currently has a 1-day time frame. So 24 hours and 48 hours. 24 hours for the Ankels, 48 for the troll.
So I figure we hit up the Ankels first and follow up with the trolls.
Okay.
And they also do provide.
Now, when you say that it needs to be handled or turned in.
Turned in, because they're not going to know magically when you complete the task, you know, that you've done it. So you have to...
This isn't World of Warcraft. Oh, he completed the quest.
Yeah, it's not like MMOs. You have to actually come back and, you know, turn in the quest.
How far away are the 2 points?
From each other.
So the location itself, the logging camp is actually right here next. If you're on the Artelian map, it's actually next to the Dawnwood, about right here. And the Ankeg issue is actually also in a small burg right about here along the main road. You get a good idea that given the main road, it'll likely take you about a 10-hour walk along the main road to get there if you go at a brisk pace.
Okay, so out of character, I'm thinking what might be a good play is we get a carriage, right? We rest on the way to the area. You know, so that's how we get our full rest. And then by the time our full rest is over, we should be arriving.
Okay. So I will say this, since you're essentially sleeping in because buying like a nice cushy carriage would cost a sizable amount of gold, so I'm assuming like you're just getting a simple bare essentials carriage just to get you there faster. Is that about right?
I was gonna think that maybe Aurelia uses her staff of charming to charm someone into helping us. Someone with a very nice.
That is an option, but be aware that when the charm wears off, they're going to know.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if they give a shit, we can kill them.
Okay, I'm a thief and I've done some things, but really, Jinx, we're not killing a guy who's just doing his job, and not even an evil job at that. He's a carriage driver, and that's coming from me.
I mean, you know, if he's not doing his job, though, what good is he?
He is doing his job.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying, is if at the end of the job, after the charm has worn off and they start giving us grief, what good are they to us?
You are aware the world doesn't revolve around us, right?
Oh, you're serious?
I also do not like the idea of burning bridges, especially if that gets around. If I was higher level, this would not be an issue, because specifically for School of Enchantment at higher levels, they don't know that they were charmed at the end of the spell. That is a bonus I get. But that's way down the line.
Well, maybe that'll come to pass, but presently you are the level that you are. And you
I
must
know.
deal with things as they come. So you can walk there. You can only, and there's also the option of just doing one, going there, turning it in, and then taking the other, and then completing that quest. Because it's not from the time it was posted, it's from the time that you turn in and say, I'm going to take this request. That's when the time frame starts. So you don't have to take both at the same time.
Okay, well, in that case,
if we just plan on doing one, turn back and go. In that case, though, can I ask why you said this has been on here for a while, so the time frame is shorter? That sentence doesn't make sense anymore.
What did I do, Carson?
I was catching the stream a little bit. Motherfucker, if you get me sent back to jail, I will fucking kill you.
And that is the other reason I didn't want to bring attention to ourselves.
I'm not going back to jail. I will kill you first.
I'm not going back to jail. My butthole can't take that abuse.
No. Hey, look at the buns on that guy. This is the buns to the police.
Okay. Let's get back to the game, guys. Hi, hey Carson. Thanks for a little introduction.
I'm gonna get going. Don't get me put back in jail, Tony.
I promise nothing.
See ya. Okay, we're totally putting him in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darkon, I worded that poorly. I meant it more in a case of urgency.
Yeah, the other one is more urgent. So if you're actually doing this, fucking do it.
Yeah, like food is more important than carpentry. So it's clear that they'd want to get their farms back up and running.
Yeah.
So they can not have their people starve. And onkegs are known to be a potential pest if you don't take care of them. Ankel kind of relayed this: if they find a place that has food, they'll quickly, essentially develop a nest and procreate and can destroy farming communities if left unchecked. So,
well,
it's been here for a while.
Given from the fact that food needed to go, like, I guess, take a whole day to relax after what happened, and that's the reason we're just like, okay, to go take a break, but we also have to have some of the group continue to earn money for this group. Let's just do the urgent one and then come back.
We'll come back and we'll do the trolls once we have Fu and his ladyfingers.
Okay. So you sign that off, and pretty much takes.
We'll come back
they
with troll
request
fingers.
your names and occupation. So how are you presenting your names to be notated down?
Oh no, we have to come up with an adventuring name. What have you done? We're going to be here for the next actual 2 hours.
They're asking for your individual names.
Oh, that's a lot easier. Okay. I thought we had to come up with a team name, and I was like, we're going to be here for an hour.
Like, Ankel is likely going to provide a false moniker, but do any of you have any reason to not provide your actual name?
No, I'm just going to put myself down as Aurelia.
All right, so no one else.
Aurelia actually has an actual last name. Huh.
You do hear Ankel when his...
I'm trying to remember what Jinx's last name was.
I don't think Aurelia has a last name.
Fortunately, I didn't write it down. I am sorry.
Does she even have one?
Don't worry.
Yeah, she does.
Jinx wrote it down. Oh, right. She can't write. Fuck.
She wrote it.
She wrote it down. It's just not a language.
She can technically write Infernal.
That is true.
Well, but she
No! Wait! We should do that! Just have Jinx's last name be the random scribbles that's not a language. She has a last name, it's just nobody can read it.
But
Yeah.
she wrote it before she knew Infernal, so...
Exactly! It's nothing! But that's her last name. Her last name is just like... Wait, like, this is what her last name is. Her last name is this. That's her last name. What does it mean? How do you pronounce it?
Yeah,
No
so,
idea.
Essentially, Jinx's name is either...
Are you okay with that? Are you okay with
Infernal
that,
or
Tony?
in nothing. So, yeah, it's good. A good, ex machina to cover that flub up.
Yeah. So just we'll because I know she has a proper last name, but I just can't fucking remember what it is.
We'll
So
revisit that on break.
Yeah.
So don't worry. All right, and you hear Ankel when asked for his name. You can call me Toe Wadsley. The receptionist has a brief frown, but notates that name.
I mean, Lief's just gonna say his name. He doesn't have a reason.
you know we can see your screen, right, Darkon?
Yee.
Okay.
But it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier this way.
Okay. So with that, you make your way from the Contractors Guild. Are you wanting to stop anywhere to prepare? Are you getting the cart, or are you just going to walk? Because it's a 10-hour walk to the Berg.
No, I say we get a cart so that we can at least get a rest.
Okay. I will say that what kind of cart are you getting? Are you getting a bare bones, like a transportation cart?
Why
like a
does this
mobility
matter
device?
is the next question.
If you're taking a rest on a cart, depending on what kind of cart you get, it will affect how good your rest is. Essentially, you're gonna have to roll a Constitution roll, because sleeping on a flat wooden cart, I don't care how stoic you are, is not going to be the best sleep you ever got.
That is actually a very reasonable thing.
And even if you've got a perk that says just doing light activity, you're still sitting on a wooden cart going over a dirt pathway.
Because you're talking specifically about sleep, and that part I can totally understand. Falling
so
asleep on that would be hard.
No, I'm talking about just taking a long rest or whatever.
Long
that
rest intrinsically involves sleep.
Sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you've got a special thing that says you can do light activity and still get a long rest. I think that's
The only
special
like
race.
you're talking about Ashaman and elves that like all they do is meditate through it. Like
Yeah, like
those guys,
that
those
would be-
guys would be fine with it, but other people have to go unconscious and sleep,
So,
and that's not going to be fun.
I will say this: you can get a cheap cart, which is essentially just 5 silver to transport you, back and forth. You can get what is essentially an actual, coach cart, a coach that'll run you about 10 gold, and then you can get like a luxury coach, which is essentially 50 gold.
We don't need the maximum fancy. We just need something that we can snooze in.
Yeah, a coach will allow you to basically rest without an issue. You'll be a little stiff, but you won't feel like you've been basically jostling on a metal board for 8 hours or 10 hours. So, I'm guessing you're pretty much getting the traveler's package, 10 gold, coach experience. Who is paying? Depending on who it is, make the deduction in your account. Or your
How much is it?
10 gold for a basic traveling coach.
Aurelia has the most money, so I'm thinking
Yeah.
probably her.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Actually, how much gold does Ankel?
63.
Oh,
Ah,
great.
yeah.
Yes, but I also have a shit ton of like silver pieces and other stuff.
So yeah, I'll just say you pretty much go out to the Bronze District, and there is pretty much a few carts and carriages for rent. You rent it.
10 silver is 1 gold, right?
Yes.
So,
you could pay
20
100
so
silver.
20 silver pieces would also be correct.
20 silver pieces would be 2 gold.
Damn it, right. Fuck.
100 silver pieces would be 10 gold.
I have too many silver. I have 200 silver pieces on me. I don't want that.
Okay, so you pay with 100 silver pieces, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and take that off.
That is actually so much weight off of my character.
Yeah, the scheduler just kind of seems like it's kind of like when you're paying for like $10 and you've got nothing but like nickels and such, and you're just like, oh, okay, and quickly grabs a bag for you to pour it all in, and doesn't even bother counting it. He's got a good idea that you paid the amount. I think it's fairly simple. Was there anything?
I could have put them in stacks of 10 on the table, because like I'll do it. I'm paying with 100. I know this is annoying, but I'll do it.
I found her last name.
Oh, what is it?
Okay.
Vispot.
Okay, we will decipher that during break.
Yeah.
Right. So, were there any last things that you guys wanted to revisit before leaving, or are you just pretty much just hitting the road?
Is it Vispot?
Yeah, Vispot.
It's this
Right, 'cause-
thought. It's this thought over here.
Just a reminder, it is about 1:30 now. So if you head out there, it's gonna be nighttime.
Yeah, that works. Wait, like how dark? What are we talking?
It is 1:30 now. It takes 10 hours to get there. You do the math. It's gonna be night. I almost forgot that myself.
All right, so then I'm thinking like we need to retcon a little bit what we were doing then, because fighting in the dark fucking blows.
God damn it.
Agreed.
Well, not for
So-
Aurelia.
No, I still agree.
What?
Fighting in the dark blows.
Yeah.
And
did
also,
that before, and it sucked. So.
Yeah, and Ankel also adds that he remembers Ankegs can sense vibrations, so they don't really need sight.
Then this
Yeah.
really blows, and we're not doing that.
Yeah, no, we're getting a room for the night,
Okay.
and that's when we'll come back and get the contract.
All right. So yeah, I'll just say that you rent a room at the Laughing Dragon. So that's pretty much
All right, so as we're heading to the Laughing Dragon, Jinx is, she's like, okay, so I gotta make the dragon laugh. So I've got a few more jokes.
No, leave the dragon alone.
I need to test them. So as she tests me,
Motherfucker, do not make me use suggestion on you to leave him alone.
as she is testing these jokes on our way to the Laughing Dragon, she has the worst timing ever. So every time that she brings up a joke that about a certain race, there is someone of that race within earshot.
Oh my god.
So as she tells this first joke, why do elves have pointed ears? There has to be some point to elves.
You see an elven guard glare daggers at you.
Everyone glares with him.
You're going to get put in jail. Stop it.
What's the difference between a dragon and a rabbit? The rabbit
Jake,
won't try
please
to
stop.
fuck every race it sees.
You see a dragonborn carpenter hauling a cart of goods, spit at you.
I give him a thumbs up.
He looks at you confusedly, but continues on. All right, one more.
How do you know a dwarf got in your pantry? Only the lowest shelves are empty.
I cast Tatashi's hideous laughter on Jinx. You are laughing at your own joke like an idiot. Fuck you.
All right. One more.
No!
Uh-oh.
Bad!
One more. All right. How do you know a giant got into your pantry? Because there's a big fucking hole where the wall used to be.
Foo slaps you.
You guys are no fun. I actually can't tell if Discord's fucking up again. I can't hear anyone.
That is because I am not talking. I am now
I can't
currently
hear,
talking.
I'm gonna
Fuck.
reconnect. I can't hear Darkon or Royce.
No!
I can't either. Holy shit.
Why?
Oh my god, I can't hear them. What is going
I
on?
can't hear them either. Oh no.
Restart Discord.
Well, apparently, I guess it also affected Royce, because Royce is gone, and now I'm the only one here. Oh no! Guys, don't leave me alone! It's just me in chat now! Oh, this is weird!
Hello.
Hi chat!
Okay.
Gotta say hi to chat!
I can't hear them. What is
No!
going on?
Why? Chat, help! Chat, help! I'm alone in a room of people!
Darkon says he can hear us though.
Alright, let's try moving this to your server, Darkon. Maybe this server's fucked right now.
That's not how that works! That's not how this works! It has nothing to do with... I guess, I think he's on Central. What's mine set to? Where is mine? At least on mine I can switch it.
Oh my god, I can hear you.
Okay, so this is US West. Maybe US Central is just fucked right now.
Well, like, the thing of it is that Anthony just left because I couldn't hear him.
Hello.
There we go. I can hear you.
Okay,
Jesus.
first
fuck.
off, if by server you mean Royce's D&D group, that's not how that works. But it's also actually how that works. I'm very confident Royce is set to US Central. I'm set to US West. So West is fine. I don't know why Royce disappeared though.
All right.
Hello.
Royce, say something.
Something.
I don't know.
Alright.
I don't know why you left. Were you also experiencing problems?
I saw your icon flashing and I couldn't hear you.
Okay, so I'm just
So
going to assume that US Central is currently fucked.
Yeah.
So, sorry about that, folks.
Okay, so what were
I
the
just
responses
got
to
called
the-
what happened. What happened was Discord US Central is currently exploding, and we moved to US West. For
Yeah.
future reference for everyone, especially you, Royce, because you're the only one who can do this. Switching to my channel does fuck all. All you needed to do was go under server settings and then server region. That's the only change that actually matters. If that ever happens again, Royce, try flipping the server region around and that might fix the problem. Coming here,
Listen for later.
if you guys came here and my server was set to US Central, we're on the same server. Coming here changes nothing. So
Okay, well,
that's the real
A
problem.
discussion for later. A discussion for a later time.
Well,
So,
the
guys,
chat
well,
asked. The chat asked, so I
okay,
answered.
fair enough.
We are currently
what
on
was-
US West now. US West is
Alright,
working.
so what was the reaction to the giant joke? Because I didn't hear it.
The
was
giant
no
joke
reaction.
reaction was Foo slaps
Thank you,
which you
Darkon.
didn't hear, which you didn't hear and said, well then fuck you guys. which is
Yeah, there was no one related to Giantkin around to really listen to that one. So unfortunately, that was a miss. But hey, 3 for 4.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, so I've done my joke practicing. We're good to go.
All right, yeah, and you come into this for the familiar building of the Laughing Dragon. This time without illicit goods in tow. And step inside. It's the familiar scent of cooked meats and whatnot meet your ear. And Aurelia, you recognize this as the room that Cream came out and saw.
Fuck.
You see an elfin gentleman washing one of the tables nearby.
I had a feeling, but I was hoping that it would not be the case by not bringing it up. Damn it.
Yeah, it's warm. You see the same hearth as before placed into the wall opposite of the entryway with the massive dragon skull mounted above it, big curved horns. People are eating. There's a few tables with some booths lining the surrounding open walls, and there's a bar. So you're gonna enjoy a drink, or are you just going straight to bed?
I am going to go to bed as soon as I am aware that Jinx is also going to bed. Until that has happened, I am watching Jinx.
Jinx scans the room for a laughing dragon.
Fuck.
Make a perception check.
I know who she's looking for. I hope he's not here.
So do I. So do I.
What do you mean, so do you? You're the DM. How do you not know? He's either here or he's not here.
The specific individual you're looking for, if my assumption is right, is not there. But you do see another dragonborn, this one female, tending behind the bar.
Oh, perfect.
She's in a barkeep's uniform, and she's a little stout, fairly heavily built, with golden scales. She's tending to a few patrons and just doing her job.
All right, so Jinx saunters over to the female dragonborn.
Oh god, this isn't gonna be good.
Nope, not at all. It's Tony. It's never good.
She doesn't really pay any attention to you. She's currently tending to other patrons ordering drinks.
Jinx is trying to, flag her down.
All right, takes about maybe a couple seconds because she's larger folks are beside her, so they demand her attention. She does eventually see you. Says, "Oh, terribly sorry, dear. I didn't see you there. What can I do for you?"
I need you to laugh.
What?
Haha. How's that?
Not good enough.
Oh, well, terribly sorry. Would you like to buy something?
The name of this place is the Laughing Dragon. I don't see one. I am disappointed.
Okay, tell you what, sweetie. Look over to the hearth right there. You see the dragon skull? How its mouth is slightly agape? That's the meaning of the name.
Well, that's boring.
Yes, well, it brings in people. So, you want a drink? You want some food?
I want to tell you a joke.
Sweetie. Okay. She leans her head in her hand. She just kind of looks at you, somewhat amused.
Wait.
A generous gnome, a straight elf, a sober dwarf, and an owlbear were walking down the road.
I
when
hate
they
this
see
joke
a pile
already.
of treasure. Who gets it?
I hate
I
this
don't
joke
know,
already.
sweetie, but who gets it?
The owlbear, because it's the only one that actually exists.
Haha.
Ha! I did it! Jinx raises her arms in victory and saunters off to her room.
Oh,
She
I
gets
was
me.
gonna
Good
tell
for you.
I was gonna tell Jinx to tell the joke to the laughing dragon skull thing, and then I was gonna use message and laugh, and then I was hoping, she wouldn't notice, and then just be like, "It worked." What?
Yeah, Uncle hops up and orders a drink. I'm gonna need a drink or four.
You just hear Jinx in the background yelling, "I'm the funniest wizard alive!"
Well, you're not wrong.
Does anybody else wish to interact with the apparent?
I'm gonna get in on this drink.
She looks at you. Oh, hello, dear. What would you like? Would you like an ale? Maybe some little bit of wine. I've got some strong spirits if you're wanting to get particularly slobber-knocker.
Well, okay, something not gonna. I don't want massive slammage in the morning. That would not be a good idea.
That's fine. Might I suggest a Takarian ale then? Nice and light on the palate, won't give you too much of a buzz, and very smooth, like milk and honey.
Wow, you sold that perfectly. Yes.
Very well. Cost you 1 silver.
Okay, 1 silver.
And
Good.
it-
Good.
it
I'm
is
finally getting rid of this silver.
Yeah, it is smooth. There's hardly any bitterness or alcoholic burn to it. It's dangerous because you feel if you could just knock these back one after another and probably get
I already said I wanted one, and I'm okay with that. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying, when she said smooth, it is. All right, Aurelia's having a drink. Anybody else want to partake in a little imbibery or some victuals?
I guess Lief will.
There's no meat in it.
I didn't hear. Did you say Lief wanted what?
I said I guess Lief will get some food.
Food.
Okay. So you walk up and ask for food?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to assume you got to
Lisa, may I have some more?
I'm pretty sure by now we fucking Lief eats. I don't feel like I need to describe every fucking.
All right, fair enough. A barkeep presents you a selection and says, "Well,
But how do you strut towards the bar?
funny. God forbid I give a player's agency.
Bread or like.
Well, sure thing, sweetie. We've got a bit of bread, and we're not terribly laden with greens, but I'll see if I can whip up something with some herbs and maybe a little greenery for you. Would you like some fruit, maybe? We've got some lovely apples in the back.
Oh yeah, that would be fantastic.
Fantastic, sweet. That'll be 2 silver.
Will be.
All right.
Do you even have silver? Hold on a second.
I don't know. Do you?
No, I do not. All I have is gold pieces. So.
Aurelia's got your back. I'll get it.
Okay, thank you.
Well, it slides up. I got this. All right, she serves it to you. You get a nice half loaf of well-baked bread and some very ripe and fresh apples and a few strawberries as well. And not much on greens there, but she does provide a few sprigs of parsley.
Oh.
Sorry, sweetie. The normal greens were a little rotten, and I don't want to feed you bad food.
Yeah, but Lief was just like, oh, no, this is perfect. And he just starts eating.
Oh, you're just adorable. I could just simply eat you up.
Both of us at the same time.
Yeah.
Lief's ears just like, they kind of like alert up a little bit. He's like, yeah.
Oh, sorry, dear. I didn't mean to overstep. That was a joke. I can see with the teeth it might be a little intimidating. Trust me, it wasn't my intent.
I could almost imagine like a bartender like trying to like smile it off, but
Yeah,
you're a
she's a
dragonborn.
Yeah, it is a gold dragonborn, so she's got a very toothy grin. Very meat-eating biters.
Lief kind of just like, he closes his eyes and gives, a nervous kind of smile, and he's like, no, I get it. Like, he's trying not to seem too nervous, but at the same time, he just becomes even obviously more nervous.
Fair enough. Well, I'll be sure not to make that joke if I ever do see you around here. But please, if you need anything else, maybe a room, I'd be happy to get you a couple beds in the back.
Oh, thank you. That'd be great.
Very well. So, how many of you are going to be sleeping in my stead today?
Or
Yeah.
What?
No, wait.
no, Uncle.
four.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
Uncle's
no,
with
it's-
us. I
sorry.
don't know where Fu is.
Fu, is it a house of lady favors? That is all you know.
If Fu wants to get a bed, Fu can pay for his bed. So
Sorry,
we're here.
I-
We're
Fucking. Sometimes I'm just like, Jinx is more of like 2 people. So.
Jinx is a handful. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. 4 rooms will run you. It's not that expensive. 4 rooms will run you 2 gold. It's 5 silver a room. You get the feeling this isn't a super expensive tavern. It's a very common man's tavern and inn.
Alright.
So, I pay 2 gold. Whoever pays it, go ahead and deduct it. Who's paying?
I'll do the 2 gold.
Okay, go ahead and deduct that from your coin purse, and you enjoy the rest of your drink, whatever you imbibe, and food's good, drinks filling, company's warm. Bartender, she shares a few jokes and It's fairly lively before you eventually retire at whatever time it may be. And apparently there's a sumo wrestler somewhere.
God damn it, turn that off!
We are in a tavern. Sometimes stuff like that happens.
Oh, terribly sorry about that. That's Gaijin. He's a little aggressive sometimes when serving drinks.
All I can think of is fucking Mrs. Doubtfire right now. That's all.
That's the idea. She's a female dragonborn. She's a little older. So yeah, that's the idea. But yeah, and the beds themselves, they're not terribly extravagant, but they're comfy. You know, they'll definitely they put you to sleep and they'll definitely get the job done. Not too lumpy. No covers, unfortunately, but it's warm enough that covering up really isn't necessary. And your sleep is relaxing and calming. Did you say something, Chibi? I didn't hear.
I said Lief doesn't need it.
Yeah, and the beds are fairly tall, so much so that Lief, even you, I mean, it's a little bit of a squeeze, but you could fit yourself up there to kind of sit on something cushy rather than the hard ground if you were so inclined.
He hasn't really been on hard ground other than them sleeping outside, but that's like something that he's sort of used to. So.
Got it. Well, just want to let you know it is certainly a thing. Now, Tony, going to sleep in the bed or going to sleep in the tavern?
Bed.
I know you. All right, let's go on an adventure.
Oh, right.
As you slip away into slumber, darkness takes you.
Oh boy.
And you kind of float in that empty void between wakefulness and sleepiness, and a familiar sensation of weightlessness overtakes you as you hear a voice you haven't heard in a while since opening up that strange tome.
Oh boy, it's our teacher.
Working in Bexley. And you see again that distant burning light, glowing a little brighter now. It's not like a candlelight anymore. It's more like a moderately stoked hearth flame. It's a few more tongues of fire licking into the air. Did you hear that same voice ring through your ears? Hello, Jinx. It's been quite a while.
Farm teacher, how you doing?
I've been doing quite well. You've been giving me quite the feast, and, well, I really can't argue with the results you've presented me with. And I must say I'm glad you're certainly not reneging on our agreement.
I don't even remember what that is.
Well, I assure you, I certainly do, and I've got a little bit something to provide you for the veritable smorgasbord you've been giving me.
I like setting things on fire.
Ah, I can see that. Now, I want you to look behind you. Focus. You look behind you?
Yep.
Look behind you, and the darkness, it takes on a bit of substance and slowly parts, almost like a very dense fog, and you see through this darkness what seems to rise from the shadows themselves, rather than just being unobscured by that strange fog. This towering structure of obsidian marble almost. It's black, but it's laced with these white and gray veins. And you hear the voice resonate once more. Let me ask you something, Jinx. What do you know of the Black Library?
Fuck
Well,
off
presumably
immediately.
Presumably it's a library that's black.
Well, you're not wrong. Tony, I want you to make an Arcana check.
Right?
Well, this is gonna be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, that tracks. That tracks.
You have no idea what it is, but it's probably a library, and libraries have books.
Yep.
Books
library.
hold knowledge.
Libraries have books. Books have knowledge. Knowledge means power. Power good.
And the only reason you probably know that phrase is because Aurelia said it once.
Yep.
You have no idea what that actually means.
The voice laughs and he says, "Oh, I like you, Jinx. You're such a wonderfully simple person, but with equally simple yet grand vision. You're not wrong. The Black Library is indeed a library, and it does hold books. But what
Is it
you'll
also
find...
black?
Well, as you can see, it most certainly is.
Oh, good.
Now-
Because that'd be weird if it wasn't.
Ah, yes, I certainly agree. Now, what you'll find in the Black Library is something you will not find in your simple archive of tomes and scriptures. No. I speak...
Like a bookmark.
You're adorable. Never lose that charm of yours. No, what I speak of the Black Library, I speak of a vestige of knowledge the likes of which few have ever gazed upon, and fewer still have even placed their hands upon the knowledge within. I speak of secrets, power, heralding back to the very age of the gods themselves when they created Idalas in its current form. I speak of magics that can wipe civilizations from the earth, wind back the very fabrics of time, even shatter the very essence of the gods into your own strength.
I do not want
So
Jinx
what
to
you're
find.
saying
I
is,
immediately
I
do
find
not
this-
want Jinx to find this place.
So what you're
Shush, Darkon.
So what you're saying is, I find this book and I will be the best wizard ever.
Oh, there's more than just one book, Jinx. There's a vestige of books, a veritable archive spanning innumerable leagues. But of course, it's not that simple to find. I mean, if something of this was just able to be found by opening up a closet, well, Idalas would be in quite a different state. No, it is hidden away. But I can offer an opportunity to find this place. I cannot guarantee entry. I mean, come now, you must earn some.
No, keep talking. Didn't mean to cut you off. Oh, wait a minute!
And all I request is do you just keep feeding me as you have. But I must say, as I've grown in power, my tastes have grown a little bit, well, let's just say, refined. So, from now on, those whom you slay, I hunger more for the souls of those whom are of the more civilized and innocent variety. If you can provide me a steady food supply of them, I will provide to you the means to find the Black Library, and I can guarantee both of us will be very, very happy. What
So,
do you
like-
say?
Like innocent as in like squirrels?
Sure, innocent like squirrels, but people like yourself. So, in other words, maybe to put it in a way that your mind can comprehend, squirrel people that look like yourself. Does that make sense?
Like Lief.
Squirrel people. Yeah, I think I can find squirrel people.
Humans that have the innocence of a squirrel. Does that make sense?
No.
Do you? Well, I'm sure you'll catch on eventually. Now,
Got it. Find squirrels.
I believe I've a little bit of a gift to provide you in the interim. I'm certainly not going to have this be a one-sided agreement. So, as we've done before, turn back around and grasp the flame.
Yeah. So she does it. And just gotta find them squirrels.
Yeah, so very much akin to when you initially had this dream of this fire. The fire is much more intense. And as you grip it, that same sensation of burning pain shoots up your arm. And somewhat akin, you are forced out of your slumber from this raging inferno of pain, shooting up your arm, further past your forearm, further past your bicep, past your shoulder almost, and starts to encroach upon, I think like it's your collar, basically upon the area of where your collarbone could be found.
So you can almost see it kind of peeking up through the collar of her shirt.
Almost, maybe not just there. It's just at the point where your shoulder starts to mesh into your neck. Not exactly her neck, but basically kind of in that area. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you wake, this aching, throbbing pain pulsing through your arm, more severe than last time. Your arm has, in the faint light from, shining in from the window of your room, Your arm has taken on a more bestial appearance, almost. Rather than just being your arm, but just kind of like a ruby-like color and hue. Your fingers have taken a more clawed appearance, and it looks to be this almost obsidian-like series of scaly chitin have formed along the top of your forearm and form a slight jutting spike at the point of your elbow.
Great, you're becoming a red crystallized nightmare from Soul Calibur.
Gosh.
What?
And the ruby-like substance has encroached pretty much further over your shoulder, the area that I've actually detailed.
So what new cool effects do I get?
You don't know as of yet, but you do feel some vestige of power, something else it's within you, but you can't pull it consciously. You feel like it's something that will present itself in time. You do also notice on your arm, another strange rune mark has appeared upon the top of your forearm. So you've gone from 3 soul charges to 4.
Neat.
You've also noticed that the souls that you've accrued are now gone.
Oh. Rude. Okay, well. Jinx wakes up teacher, or Aurelia, and goes, Teacher, we should stop staying at places with dragons in the name, because I feel like it's affecting me.
Why? What's wrong with... Oh!
Yeah. She's holding up her right arm.
To give a better view, you know Nero's demon arm?
Oh, that's what I was trying to... Sorry, I don't know why Soul Edge was the first thing that came to my mind. That's a good one. That's a good way to think of it.
Yeah, no, it's not a Triceratops hand, but no, it's not glowing, but it's kind of like that, a little less demony, but kind of like what I said. It's kind of like that reddish, demony, clawed kind of appearance, just slightly less so. That's pretty much what it looks like now. So yeah. You see Jinx flailing this at you, Aurelia. What's your opinion on it?
I believe my in-character description was my opinion on it. The fuck, brah?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's cool, and
you need to
also,
get that checked.
Is there such a thing as squirrel people?
What? Maybe? Why? Did the squirrel do this to you?
No, because Arm Teacher says that I need to start collecting and killing squirrel people and/or squirrels.
Jinx, you suddenly see one of the runes on your arm flash to life, and your body abruptly shifts 10 feet to the left outside of the inn room, and you're currently looking at Aurelia through the window.
What the fuck?
You heard me. You teleported 10 feet and are now outside looking at Aurelia inside.
How the hell?
No, not 10 feet, 5 feet. 5 feet, not 10 feet.
So, yeah, suddenly I'm just not there anymore. And then I walk back in. That was weird.
Yeah, you kind of go, Quinn. It's just kind of like, but, Aurelia, you can see her outside of your window now.
Huh.
In a weird way of mixing both Aurelia and my thoughts, I came up with the sentence, "Are squirrels innocent?" And then I was like, that is neither in character nor out of character. Where did that come from?
Wait till you hear about the great squirrel wars of the Arcane era.
Huh. Jinx kind of, she's like, how'd I do that? Kind of focuses for a moment to see if she can pop back in.
Wait, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Squirrels are definitely not innocent.
You focus, and it's kind of like when you kind of nail down doing something for the first time. You've got that established kind of neural path in your brain, but it's not firing. Like, you get the feeling that there's the knowledge of how to do it, but not the fuel.
It happened when I mentioned squirrel people. Damn.
Oh god, she can start saying squirrel people every time she teleports.
Absolutely.
Squirrel people!
That sounds like something.
So, all right, Jinx comes back in. She goes, yeah, so I gotta... Wait, squirrels. Squirrels are the enemy.
What?
Right.
That's what Arm Teacher wants. Wants squirrels and squirrel people.
Slight metagame knowledge now. So what you can do now is you can burn a soul charge to teleport 5.
5 feet. Okay.
I have a feeling that range is going to get a lot stronger later.
I assume that I can. Does it need to be something that I can see within 5
Yes,
feet, or
it has to be a spot you can visibly see with your eyes.
meaning
Now-
meaning say I'm looking at a shop that has windows, I can just go through the window.
You can go through the window. Doesn't guarantee that you won't like hit into anything, but yeah, you can go through the window.
Neat.
Would
Now,
not
there's
necessarily
also
go
the-
through the window as it is. I can see in there, so I can.
Yeah.
There's a
I see there, therefore I am.
Hold on one sec, guys, real quick. A real life important matter.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna take that moment. I'll be right back myself.
Me too.
Yeah, and actually, this is actually a great point. That just reminded me. We're reaching about the midpoint. Let's go ahead and take a break right now after that wonderful little bit of lore drop that I just threw on everyone. Let's go ahead and take a 15-minute break. Everyone to go to the bathroom, get some food, recharge a bit, and we will come back and continue our venture with the party.
Yee.
I really need
Yeah.
I really need like if you can before you go,
Okay,
Royce,
I'm back.
could you
Yes.
put on music for the end screen? For the not end screen. Just go find an immediate random little that works too. I was hoping that you could just randomly go and find elevator music, but that works.
Yeah,
Fucking
sorry, I didn't
squirrels.
think elevator music would be appropriate in a medieval fantasy setting.
No, we're at the be right back screen, so
Yeah.
Eh,
okay.
Fuck.
Fucking the squirrels, man. It's just that now we're gonna be going through the forest, and you're just gonna see Jinx shooting pot shots at squirrels.
just like.
Fucking Lief is terrified. because he's
Nail
like,
it.
"No,
The squirrels
like-
must die. Arm
Reed was
teacher
just like, why
demands
would
it.
you do that?
Arm teacher says squirrels have to die.
We're muted, aren't we? On the
Yeah.
screen?
I don't think I
All right, I'm gonna hop in and quickly update Jinx's curse arm real quick. Yeah, I had such a hard time finding out how do I describe this without like getting too in depth. Like, oh, Nero's demon arm, that's perfect.
Leaf's just like, I don't think I like this arm teacher. He wants the squirrel dead.
Why would you want squirrels dead? Well, I mean, he said innocence, and he wanted more things that were innocent to die, and squirrels are innocent, so I have to kill the squirrels.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited now. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing how this progresses. Where did I put that? Where did I put your curse arms? Range red arms.
Fucking squirrels, man. It was the first thing that came to mind.
4 runes. I did not update this when it last improved. I'm sorry, Anthony.
It's alright.
Yes, Jinx cannot read because fuck you, magic arm logic.
Good. Dark.
Both of
I
them.
mean,
We both goofed and we were messaging
that's,
you in
that's
Discord.
what I was trying. That's what
Remember,
I
I
was
am streaming. Discord is muted while streaming.
All right, real quick before we start, I want you to go look in the general. What?
If you guys are hearable, then I have to have the file sound still going because of the because otherwise the background music would have gotten dropped. So we're go. If I undeafen myself,
I know
we're go.
I know we're fine, but just real quick, go to the Planewalker session chat and look at that.
That what? No.
Above.
Not even not even close. I now immediately understand the slapping.
Yes, slap it funny. Yes, slap is funny.
All right, thanks for waiting, everyone. We're back
Indeed, we are expunged of fluids and fed.
and ready to kill some squirrels.
All right. So, y'all enjoyed a rather restful night. You know, strange demonic arms barring, you know, that obviously. And you wake up rather refreshed. The morning greets you. It's fairly early, maybe about 8, 9 o'clock. Y'all slept a little midway in, but not too bad. Tavern's not too busy. It's got some, you know, morning goers, and the barmaid from the barkeep from earlier kind of waves you. Oh, good morning. I hope y'all had a lovely night's rest.
Oh, hey, Royce, sorry, quick question. The teleport, is that an action or bonus action or a reaction?
Oh, I probably should clarify that. That is going to be a bonus action.
Bonus action. Okay, thank you. All right.
Yeah, y'all were.
Quick, can it be used as a reaction?
No. Bonus
No.
only.
Okay.
Shit.
No. Yeah,
Not allowed.
the Dragonborn just talking to you. I hope y'all had a lovely night's rest. Hopefully nothing kept you up too unpleasantly.
Jinx goes, I'm gonna kill some squirrels, and he just walks out.
Oh, they're fine. They're right pests anyway.
Fucking Lief's got this worried fucking look on his face. It's like 1 minute, you know, and then the next fucking Jinx is going out wanting to kill squirrels. It has him very fucking worried.
You know, your friend's quite interesting. I'm assuming Aurelia and Lief have stepped out as well.
Did they follow Jinx?
I'm
No,
pretty sure-
I'm not letting Jinx out of my sight ever.
Yeah, I think Aurelia went after, but I'm
Yes.
guessing Leaf's gonna get Ankel.
Yep. Ankel was got up a little earlier and was enjoying an early bit of hair of the dog. Yeah, I'm coming. And lady, you have no idea. Hops
Okay.
off with you.
So
She
Leaf,
gives a friendly
you
wave.
know, yeah, Leaf, like before he leaves, he gives a smile and he just waves and basically, you know, trying to be friendly while also like he doesn't. He's
I
still
gotcha.
thinking about that joke.
Yeah, so you wake up.
Which joke?
The joke that the fucking Dragonborn said. She's like, "Oh, you're so adorable. I can
About
eat you."
I can just eat you up.
Yeah.
That was like in a motherly way, but I can still understand why Leaf was
It's like, lady, a person in my party has tried to do that. This is no laughing matter.
So you wake up. Streets are a little less dense than earlier. Obviously, with it being earlier in the morning, not everyone's up just yet. But
Jinx is keeping an eye out for squirrels.
no squirrels, unfortunately. There was
Good.
Last thing you need is me, you know, shooting off fire bolts in the middle of town.
So, and you make your way. No sign of food.
Oh, how many charges do I have at the moment?
You have 0.
Okay, I'm gonna edit your thing to actually have the uses on there.
All right.
See, so that way it's yeah.
Just make sure it's set at 0 by default. Anyway, so y'all step out of the Laughing Dragon Inn and Tavern, and still no sign of food. Got You feel like with Fu, he generally had a common sense of, if he had no idea where y'all were, congregate you to a familiar place. And he hasn't really found his way to you all.
Huh. I guess he's still looking for the ladyfingers.
Jinx,
Well,
you know what?
Godspeed.
Never mind.
I mean, I feel for him. I mean, look at my fingers. They're weird. And she shows off the change to her arm. That is noticeable.
So Lief grabs a hold of her hand and he's like, "What happened to you?" Like,
I would like to know myself.
I think it was because what I can't understand though is it didn't happen to you guys. I assume it's because we stayed in a place that had dragon in its name.
Whoa, mommy, that girl's got a demon arm! You see a kid exclaim,
Fuck.
holding his mother's hand.
Oh no, not this again.
She just kind of grabs his arm and tugs him along. You get the feeling the kid tends to say that about a lot of things.
Cute kid.
She's a demon!
Lord and Savior!
Also-
Jinx yells after him.
Also, out of reflexive fear, as soon as Aurelia hears the word, "Look, it's a demon," Aurelia immediately checks to make sure that her hood is on.
Your hood is very securely on, and your tail is not protruding.
Yeah, and then I realize, oh, right, her.
Yeah, so Jinx looks at Lief's arm. He's like, "But I don't understand. It didn't affect teacher. It didn't affect you. I know it wouldn't affect Ankel because he has no magic." Poor fella.
Jinx, are you going to become all evil on us? I mean, don't get me wrong, that thing wasn't looking right before, but you didn't have... You got freaking claws, Jinx.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of cool, isn't it? I bet I give really good back
not
scratches.
at all with you.
I bet I give the best back scratches, like, this side of wherever we are.
Hey, you know what? You should offer to give Fu a back scratch.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Definitely.
Maybe it'll distract him from not being able to find ladyfingers.
So, Lief looks over at Aurelia, and he's just like, we need to figure out what's going on.
Agreed.
Like,
So let's go get the contract and kill us some bugs. Also squirrels.
I mean, like, Lief only has +2 to Arcana, but, like...
That's more than I have. I have
mean,
+1.
Actually, yeah. Aurelia and Lief, both of you roll Arcana checks. Even though Lief hasn't really studied in the Arcana, I mean, there's still a degree of, primal
Even though
understanding.
he's an arcane archer.
Yeah. I mean, that's limited, but yeah, there's a primal understanding of the arcane with being an arcane archer, because you still need to know of magic.
I can't see... Okay, there we go.
What? I'm not set to the right thing.
Dude, these rolls have been shit today.
Oh my god!
At least they're happening here.
Dude, you guys both rolled a 3.
Yeah, so... Lief, you really have... Nothing you can really think of really would relate to the arcane. You kind of get the feeling that, fiends and arcane, nothing really connects. Aurelia? Kind of the same thing, and thinking like, well, this is obviously due to some kind of curse from that book, but that book doesn't have anything in it, so we can't really study it, and you got nothing. Ooh, voice crack there.
Well then, let's go get the contract.
Balls finally dropped?
Yeah, my balls just dropped, folks. I'm a man now. Anyway, so yeah,
Thank God,
just
that means he's of age.
ladies, y'all just going straight to the Contractors Guild?
Yeah.
The Contract Guild? All right. So you go there, pretty, fairly light. There's not much activity as there was yesterday, and the 2 jobs are still there. And,
yep. Jinx is she's going up to the front desk and she's inquiring about squirrel people specifically.
Fuck.
The attendant gives you an understandably confused look. I'm sorry, squirrel people?
Yeah, I have an understanding that they exist and that they need to die.
What?
Mom, if you're not going to accept a contract, can
No,
you
we're taking a contract, but I'm just inquiring about squirrel people.
Oh, I had no idea.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How often can I do Arcana checks?
Say that one more time?
I said, how often can I do Arcana checks?
As much as you want, I assume.
As
given the
much
context, I mean,
as much as contextually allowed. Why?
Yeah, like in...
Well, because I'm going to maybe do some random more arcana checks just because.
Okay, if you're doing an arcane check, okay, context-wise, if you're doing it in a situation where there's no reason,
I'm doing it on G.
Okay, if you're doing it, I can essentially apply the logic I did in our last session, in which you can take a 20. It's going to take a half an hour though. So this is generally only done when you're essentially in an area where there's no chance of you being actively attacked. So, you know, dungeons, dangerous places like that where there's enemies abound, not going to happen. But in places like this, I'll allow it. So.
Oh well, I mean, I wasn't here last session, so I didn't know that.
Well,
That is true.
Now you do.
And knowing is half the battle.
What is your arcana modifier?
Plus 2.
So 22. You don't know much about curses and books, but among your people, with you having very strong origins from the Fae, you do know that there are certain magics that can be wrought from a very powerful magic user in a way where they actually create a copy of their very personalities, and this curse can then latch itself onto somebody who activates the trigger in some way. So this is matching some of the stories you've heard about, you know, malevolent curses that are essentially echoes of their casters latching onto people, and they oftentimes will manipulate them, you know, gear them towards, you know, being, you know, horrible, you know, evildoers of mass destruction. There's some good uses of it, but with how Jinx's arm is looking, you don't get the feeling he was from a benevolent person or thing.
Oh, you don't know that.
Yet. I was about to say yet, because now it wants fucking innocent souls.
Squirrels. Who wants squirrels?
Freaking squirrels!
Again,
Squirrels are
Jinx-
gonna go after
Jinx-
your nuts. That's not innocent.
Jinx has not outright said innocent. She's just like, yeah, the arm wants squirrels, because he's like, because in the dream it was like, I need the souls of innocence. Like squirrels?
Yep.
Yes, like squirrels.
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying that as. I was just saying that as me.
Yeah, so that translates to Jinx. Right. Okay.
All right, so
Kill the squirrels, go home.
All right, so situation-wise, just to kind of make things all coherent in a good amount of storyline, I'll say you technically already signed your names. I'll say that you pretty much just put a short hold on it. You got your rest. You came back, actually officially signed for the document, so the 24-hour time period has started now. Then after that, Lief did the looky-loo at Jinx's arm, got the information. Now you're good to go.
Okay.
Just wanted to put things in basically in a logical, chronological order. So aside from that, pretty much all that I recall, you're going to get a cart. Was there anything you wanted to do before that?
What do you guys?
I'm good. I mean, you know, I see a suspicious-looking child. I may light them on fire.
You see a few children, and
Suspicious-looking children.
God, they're probably just waiting to steal your money. They should be on fire.
No, please.
All right, I am taking silence as.
Yeah, no, Jinx just goes, let it be known that anyone who tries to steal from us, looking at you kids, I will light you on fire.
Get a very disapproving glance from some of the guards. You get a feeling that probably not the best idea to keep saying that in public, even for you, Jinx.
Yeah,
She's
I
only
know.
said it once.
So, with that, pretty much make your way as you previously planned. You're in a basic coach, provides a comfortable enough journey, and you make your way down the countryside of Artelia. And your current area, it's very dominantly grassland. There's a couple trees, but it's mostly just hills rolling into long blades of grass. Weather's very clear. No inclement weather currently coming to be. I would like everyone to make a perception roll, please.
Oh.
And I do so after I move a couple things away. My computer fan just went apeshit out of
I
nowhere.
will allow you to move two things.
Well, that's rough. I've already moved 12.
Well, it's 99 cents for every additional thing.
Do you have
99 cents
do you have
a bird.
do you have PayPal?
He does.
No, I need your social security. Okay, so we've got an. I'm assuming.
1, 2, 3.
All right. So with that,
I love how you ran out of commentary.
no, I thought you were saying that.
I like how we asked for social security and we only got 3 numbers.
Well, I thought you
Yes.
were talking about rolls for a second, so that's what took me off track. So I've got
Alright, so-
Leaf. I've got. Jinx.
What am I? Okay, so what am I rolling? Because holy shit, my
Perception.
son.
Perception. Stop. Tell your fan to stop having a conniption.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, that's what I feel like right now.
Yeah, really, you were just enamored by the clear sky and just the lovely crisp air. Jinx, you're still keenly looking for squirrels in an area where no immediate trees are obvious. Lief, you don't notice anything immediately.
Oh, what about Ankel? Ankel needs to roll.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot Ankel. God, he's so small, even I forget about him.
+6.
+6. Yeah, pretty much this.
Dude, our fucking rolls have been abysmal.
You're getting him out of the way. And, yeah, it's pretty much the same with Ankel. Lief, you really don't see anything out of the ordinary. You do see a few figures further ahead. And you kind of train on them for a bit, you know, kind of to see if they seem to be coming closer or farther, and they look to be getting steadily closer. It's a good hour away if they're going at a similar pace. Aside from that, you don't see anything that's immediately alarming. So with that, do you want to say anything about that? Do you let the group know?
Yeah,
What do you do?
yeah. Lief tells him that he sees some group or a few, I guess, what, two or three people? I don't know. He sees some people up ahead.
Jinx, no burning children.
If they don't steal from us, I won't have a need to.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Really? You're the yeah,
Oh,
so,
don't worry.
yeah,
Don't worry. If I catch them stealing from Aurelia, they're gonna wish they got burned.
Don't Jedi mind scramble them, please.
Oh, don't worry. That comes that comes a little bit later.
Well, child assault aside, you all continue along your journey. And eventually the figures that you initially saw Lief come into view of everyone else.
Oh
and
god, I actually can do that later. Ugh.
Stop it. No, stop. No, children. You eventually come to see the figure that Lief saw initially, and it looks to be a wagon as well. Much more basic. It's definitely used for hauling some kind of product, likely heavy logs and whatnot, but it's largely occupied by people. As you get closer, you can tell they're people very down on their luck, as the sizable cart is being pulled by one horse, which generally needs to be pulled by 3, minimum. And the horse is visibly just hauling this thing, and it's exhausted. And the people just look; their eyes are downcast, and they're just in really bad spirits. You can already tell as they start to come up closer to you.
Aww.
And they're passing.
No, we're not in the mood today.
And they have passed.
Good.
Yeah, fuck them. Who needs world building? Anyway, the rest of your trip is pretty much pretty uneventful. A few clouds gather in the sky, but nothing really seems like it's going to gather into a storm. Sun slowly travels across the blue stretch of the air above, and you eventually crest a hill, and it's already fairly obvious. You see the location of what this contract is. Normally, what you've seen, it's gotten sparse, getting further away from Artelia, but the few farm steads you have seen, this one is ravaged. The normal.
All right, and so these are all like plains and hills, right? Very little trees.
Yeah, grasslands and slight hills. There's no collection of trees.
So no real place for squirrels to hide.
I mean, unless they're ground squirrels.
I forgot about ground squirrels.
Is that Jinx or was that you?
No, both.
I had a feeling that was another one of those like in-game, out-of-game mixture comments.
Ground squirrels, the most innocent of squirrels. But yeah,
how will we know?
Obvious.
But how will we know how to set the clock if we can't do Groundhog Day?
Groundhogs died 2,000 years ago.
Oof.
Anyway,
Groundhogs are.
as you get
Groundhogs went to the Underdark. Oof.
It became that's where you get Black Hogs, or Shadow the Groundhog. Anyway, as you get closer to the site in question, what you normally see as fenced off, tilled, and worked earth, there's uneven, erupted mounds of earth and much more barren, untilled, unfertile ground seems to have been gathered up and basically spread across the the various fields of this this small hamlet that you're getting closer to, and you get the feeling this is one of the larger farms that likely provides a good amount of food outside of the dedicated farms immediately outside of Artelia's walls. And you are you going to advise, because this cart is being driven by Ankel, so Ankel's gonna slowly stop about a mile short just to kind of get a good look. Do any of you want to get closer before you disembark? Because you don't see nothing immediately stands out as you look at presently.
Jinx turns to Aurelia and goes, "Teacher, what do you see with your cream eyes?"
Can we change that bird's name?
You know what? What's the matter? You don't like my cream?
I don't.
Moving on.
Send out owl statistic to go owl it, because I can't. Apparently, I can't say cream no more.
What is the range of your sense tether? Because you're about a mile out now. What is the?
Fuck. How high can I send cream while I can still?
Yeah, because I mean, you don't have to get quickly up, but I'm just letting you know that I don't know what the extent of your sense projects into your familiar is.
100 feet.
Okay, so I mean that's not going to make it impossible, but that just lets me know how high or how far you can throw.
Yeah. So I send cream in the air and hopefully get a better view from a.
Yeah. So it definitely gets a better view. So go ahead and make a perception check with advantage. Because owl.
I already have advantage because owl, but I appreciate you helping me. That's actually kind of annoying that it just comes pre-built with advantage.
Dire groundhogs. That's a good idea. Thanks, Darka.
Sweet. Yeah, I thought that was a. You want the direst of all squirrels, Flareon. Wait, Flareon's not innocent.
Dire squirrel actually exists.
Of course, Anthony. Dire in 3.5 is a modifier that can be applied to any beast. Dire beast is a thing. So,
Dude,
yeah.
Flareon's
Alright.
not even a squirrel. What are you
Oh,
talking
wait a minute.
about?
No.
All right, let's make a dire roll now.
20. Not feeling up to it today. That or flat plane looks very similar to the rest of the flat plane.
Yeah, you get a good decent distance up, but it's still a little under a mile away. So even with Cream's acute peep eyes, the most you're able to discern is that aside from the holes in the crops of the hamlets, the buildings themselves also look to be damaged. But there doesn't seem to be any rising smoke. There doesn't seem to be any rising dust. Nothing that would indicate current activity.
In any case, we're in the area of bad stuff.
You're within a mile.
Yeah, I think now's a good enough time for mage armor. Because it lasts 8 hours, but it's not infinite, so I wanted to get as close as possible.
Yeah. Are you casting that on both of us or just you?
What? Why not both? I have spell slots to burn.
Okay, I didn't know, so I'll go ahead and turn mage armor on.
Okay, so
I never turned mine off, apparently. Oops.
What was that?
Actually, all right. So with that, are you all going to continue on the cart, or do you want to disembark and walk the rest of the way there? Because you currently have a single horse pulling your carriage that Ankel is driving.
I don't want to walk back.
Yeah. There's not really a place to go store the cart either, is there?
I mean, Lief walks
Nope.
everywhere, so.
No, but I thought that's where we were at.
No.
Oh.
Hamlet. It's not big enough to be on the map. It's like right here. It's a farmstead that has gotten bigger than an average farmstead, but it's not big enough to be noticed as an actual geographic town. I think that's what a hamlet is. Don't quote me on it.
Yeah, it's whatever. Anyway,
Right,
no,
so-
it's just like I figured we hitch the horse to a tree and head on out there because I don't want the horse dying. I don't want to walk back. That'd suck.
Yeah, the horse begins to casually munch on some green cud, or whatever the term for horse munchins are.
Hey,
Okay. You all
speaking of
here?
horses,
Let's
holy
see.
shit. Who the fuck is that?
What?
Oh, it's a scarecrow.
Yeah, that's a
Congratulations, that scarecrow did its job perfectly.
All right,
You
let's see
have
what
now
all are
experienced the trauma of every crow in real life.
The fuck is that? The fuck is that? The fuck is that?
Oh god, it's gonna kill us! Alright, so yeah, you pretty much
You know what? I want to know. The fuck is that?
That is
Horse.
looks to be a horse carcass.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it looks to have, it's not like rotting, like, you know, flies and everything, but you get
It's
the
fresh.
smell of like you know, now like slowly desiccating flesh. It's just starting to hit the
basically,
air.
yeah, it's basically fresh kill. Like
You know, well, it's old, and you also smell the slight like acidic tinge of bile upon the wind, mixed with the just faint starts of decay.
Oh, it must be pillar on Lief.
It's almost like there was a horrible kegger around here, and the frat party went apeshit.
Aw.
All right. Well, Uncle,
Yeah.
lead the way.
Immediately
Oh,
with the
gee.
battle music.
Wait a minute. Does Uncle have his bow?
Nope.
Oh my god.
I'll say, just for the sake of this, that y'all.
Well,
stopped
we
by
all
at
wanted a
Smithy and
front
bought
line,
short
so
bows.
there it is.
Well, no, but
I'll say, for the sake of this, you know, Uncle is like he doesn't like to be up front, so he always stopped by a smithy and bought like a basic short bow just as a replacement.
I was gonna say he should lead the way because he knows the most about these things.
Yeah. Remember what I said, that these things can feel vibrations? Well, I don't know how far out they can sense them, but yeah.
Okay.
The fact that we're not dead, maybe they can't sense that far out.
Well, it is now time.
Oh,
To
so
be
it's
horrible.
fucking Tremors right now. It's fucking Tremors right now. Great.
Oh yeah, you got it. I'm so proud of you.
Time to be horrible. Floof, get in there. Not Floof, Cream.
Teacher,
What?
let's try, since they can feel vibrations, if we're not touching the ground, they can't feel us, right? Let's get on the house. Let's get on the roof.
Oh, that is very
Oh my
different
God.
from what I thought you were about to
Straight up
suggest.
Tremors this.
We're not Tremors. Oh my god.
This is bad because I have never seen the movie, so I don't get it.
Oh
Okay,
my
so
god. You
this
need
is
to-
I am going to assume it goes through a building at some point.
Anthony, we need to watch Tremors. After
Yeah,
this.
that's some context for another time. But yeah, this is a barn. It's a good about 2-story barn, maybe you know, so 28 feet to get to the roof. Do any of you have a means to levitate or otherwise magically avoid the need to physically climb up there?
I have fly, but I don't have the spell power to make everyone here fly.
Yeah, but you should be able to help us fly slowly up to the top.
I wonder if we put Uncle on my back, would you be able to do it?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be me flying.
That is true.
I'll
Oh
say
my
yeah.
god, Leaf is becoming
Wait a minute!
Leaf's
No! Leaf with fly? Dude, no, I don't
That's
want to make the
bullshit.
DM... Okay, we're gonna make the DM pissed if I make Leaf just fly over the
Leaf is
entire
flying
encounter.
now. There we go.
No,
Please.
I really don't want to do that, though. I am now beginning to understand why characters that have fly at level 1 are banned in Adventurers League.
No,
I will
meant
say-
I meant on the building.
Okay.
Like,
I will say
fly
this.
onto the-
As a home ruling, for this exception, one small creature can be on Leaf and still have the effects of fly be effective on Leaf. That is the limit.
Yeah, no,
Anything
I
more
just
than
meant-
that, the spell's like,
No,
oh, it wasn't designed for
I
this.
didn't- Yeah, no, I didn't mean. I just meant to get up on the building because you didn't have enough for everyone.
Oh, I meant Leaf alone. Leaf being a mega range character being able to freely
Yeah.
fly around. That's what I was
Yeah,
afraid.
no, I just meant like
Leaf
if
flying with no
Uncle-
people scary enough.
The ground suddenly starts to shake.
Oh,
Fuck.
Jesus.
We need to do
That's
this
me.
quick.
Oh, Leaf, go!
Doing this or
you all suddenly see the earth between all of you
Lief,
erupt as a massive insectoid creature comes out. Yeah, pretty much shoving you all to the side. You just hear.
So apparently voice vibrations go faster. That or it was trying to lure us.
Getting Starship Trooper vibes.
I like how I wasn't even talking as Lief. That's okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna treat this as a surprise round since basically y'all weren't, there's no way for you to actually detect someone who's burrowing. So, let's do a one.
Did I
Lief
get
is
Lief to
immune.
fly though?
I'm gonna say just as you cast fly, this happens. So yes, I'm gonna say Lief is immune to this because of alert. Can't be surprised.
Correct.
So,
Lief is.
Jinx.
Oh boy.
And surprise advantage. Unkeg. Ooh.
I do not like that ooh.
Wow, double one.
Hey!
I am not even kidding. I'll take a screenshot for the
No, it's
chat
fine.
for that, but
Actually, I would like to show that off to the chat.
yeah, this thing surfaces up. It's massive pincers, almost like two scimitars, slashes and basically chomps at you, Jinx. So you manage to. It's kind of like it tries to snap at your legs. You just barely get out of the way of it. It has two crunches. All right.
Then the Jinx just sort of is just like, oh, I'm alive. That's nice.
All right. Everybody roll initiative.
I am semi-sad that it didn't go for me because I was going to do something horrible and funny.
20. What is Ankel's initiative? Let's see.
Does he not have a button if you click him?
5. No.
Oh, so he set up a personal macro.
Yep. So 15. Dark Knight Jew. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason I like token macros, because then anybody with control of the macro can see the buttons.
And these things have. Let's see. Wow, are you serious?
Oh my god.
DM is rolling shit too, folks.
At least it's fucking universal, man.
All right, so Lief, you have first go.
And you are flying.
As the
Wait.
things-
Question: am I stuck on the fence? Where am I?
No, like you got pushed over the fence and you're just behind it. It's just basically for the fact that.
You know what? If me getting flipped over the fence is the reason I have a 7, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, sure. Your back smashed against the fence and you felt your lower back.
You also might
Fuck,
want to
I don't
put.
that way.
You also might want to put the bug on the lowest level possible, because there's no way she's gonna be able to click leave.
There you go. All right, Lief, you are now a Pegasi.
Pegasus.
I am.
She has achieved greatness.
Look upon me, mortals! I am your god.
Alright.
Rapidash used fly. What?
How do you know that?
What? What?
How do you know that Rapidash?
Wait, can Rapidash actually learn fly?
No. I didn't think. At first, I didn't think you said Rapidash, but for some reason, my brain went to Rapidash. I thought you said Rainbow Dash at first. I'm like, wait, how do you know that?
I do know Rainbow Dash, but it was not what came to mind.
Okay, guys, back to the fight at hand.
What is the Lief do?
That's what I'm thinking.
So yeah, what is the speed of fly? Like 50
Indeed.
feet of flight?
You have so many options, such as shoot an arrow and
Or
shoot
you
an
can
arrow.
help or you can help one of us.
Oh
slowly
shit,
get
you're right. No, you're right.
to the roof.
I will say with flying, if you pick up another creature, Ankel, not counting this because I've already talked myself in the corner. If you pick up another creature, your fly speed will be half.
And so that's 20 feet. That's 20 feet up though. So you
I'm
could
inclined-
realistically get one of us up there.
You could drag them up 20 feet and then throw them the remaining 8 feet. Because remember, I said the building is 28 feet high to the ceiling, to the roof.
What is the fly speed of fly? Touch
60
really.
feet.
Oh, I forgot I have to touch her. Was I in range to touch
I
her?
thought it was 40.
No,
You touch a willing creature. The creature target gains a flying speed of 60 feet for the duration.
Okay. So yeah, 30 feet. So yeah, I'd say within that you'd be able to just barely get someone, grab someone, fly up, and put them on top of the roof. and then that's where you'd stay after that, because I'm applying drag mechanics to fly as well with carrying.
Well, I mean, I'm trapped between a bug and a hard place right now.
The endless white void stretches off to your right, and it stares back.
Lief, just go right! I can't! There's a white void!
Like
What does that even mean?
Like
Alright.
Jinx is inadvertently breaking the fourth wall.
So Lief, I guess, goes get Jinx.
Grabbing Jinx. Like I said, that'll your 30 feet will get you right to the roof to put Jinx down, and you'll be at the basically right next to Jinx height-wise. If you decide to, I don't know what you can do bonus wise.
You, well, unless you attack, but you can't. So, I mean, that's.
I do want to say that since this we're constrained at 2D, we really can't convey height. I'm gonna say since you're effectively 28 feet up, in order to get down to the ground, you're gonna have to expel 25 feet of movement before being able to move your token like this. Okay,
Fair enough.
that's like the best context I can without having 3D. So you still have bonus action. I don't know what warriors have.
At the moment, she can't do anything because her bonus action is the curving shot,
Gotcha.
which requires an attack.
So pretty much done then, Chibi?
I guess so.
Okay. All right. I will ask every time, just to let you know. Jinx. What do?
What do
Bug
we
thing.
need?
Chomp chomp. Gurgle gurgle.
I'm going to use Melf's Minute Meteor.
Oh.
Does my Wild Magic Surge go off? Because I do have...
Yeah.
Okay, so it goes off. So first, the 20? Okay. Okay. 100. 12 and 16.
16 is minor, right?
It's a nuisance. And
Yeah, it's
12.
minor.
I'm surrounded by faint ethereal music for 1 minute. Fucking Rite of the
You hear the battle
Valkyries has
music.
begun. Rite of the Valkyries has begun.
Ethereal
I'm on a copy
music.
of Pegasus and everything.
Okay, I guess Rite of Valkyries is kind of ethereal theming. Can we do
Okay.
that without getting copyright strike though? Is Rite of the Valkyries public domain?
Do we want to
No.
assume without researching that?
It probably isn't.
Let's err on the side of caution and say no before we can actually research to make sure. Is that one anything with us already having
Well,
screen
I've seen
time
it
with
used in
copyright?
random animes, so.
Okay, so
All right.
Rite of the Valkyries. Oh man. Okay, just a moment. Need to reset Tides of Chaos. And now for my bonus action, I will send 2 of the meteors flying at Bug Bro.
Okay, you're having it focused on the bug, bro.
Yeah, I'm sending 2 of the meteors at Bug Bro. Because
Right,
I use
then.
my action to summon the meteors. There's 6 of them, and then I can use a bonus action to send 2 meteors per turn.
Okay, I will say that is going to clip Ankel.
What?
You're centering it on the bug. It's going to clip Ankel. He's within 5
He's
feet.
more than 6 feet away, dude. I'm aiming directly for the center of the bug, which is right
All
here.
right, I'm not gonna. Okay, roll for damage, or let me roll a dexterity save.
Yep. So there's 1 and 2. So 2 dexterity saves.
And what is their dex? Fail.
Please tell me he rolls like 2 more ones.
Well, he rolled a 2 and a 6, so he fails.
Fails both of them.
So that is 13 damage.
Alright.
You want to move it all?
Yeah, I'm gonna move kind of a little this way because I don't want that thing trying to jump and climb the damn
Oh.
building.
Before Lief uses any of the macros, make sure Lief is level 7 on here, because that changes macros.
I guarantee it's not. So I'll do that real quick while you guys are doing your thing.
Okay, Jinx pretty much done.
I think he physically left to go fix Lief.
Okay.
As
All right, it is
I'm
Ankel's
guessing
turn.
Jinx is done.
Yeah, Jinx is done.
Ankel is gonna go. Oh shit! And understandably so. Got 25 feet of movement if I do recall.
he's tiny.
Why am I still
Doesn't-
at level 5?
Oof.
Doesn't really want to stay within the creatures. And that's actually tricky because yeah, y'all are Aurelia and Ankel are technically within this creature's range of attack too, because so he can't really move unless. Okay, he's gonna burn a bonus action to disengage.
You can disengage and leave if you just don't want to do anything this turn.
Thank you, Darkon. I was just about to say that. He's gonna
Sorry.
disengage. No, it's no problem. I'm not being genuinely helpful. Yeah, I'm just gonna say he's gonna go over here. Just wants to get the hell away from that. And apologies, I am going between multiple windows here. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Ankel, there we go. All right, give me short bow attack. And he gets sneak attack since
Okay,
he is
I'm back.
within 5 feet of it.
What'd I miss?
Nothing.
Ankel's gonna shoot the bug with the bow, and he's gonna get sneak attack as Aurelia's within 5 feet of it.
Ride of the Valkyries, it seems to be public domain.
And what is their AC?
Yeah, posted that.
All right,
So we can boot that up if you want to get the effort to boot that up.
6 plus 5, and sneak attack. Where can I find sneak? There we go. 46 plus. Geez, 46. Good God.
What?
Rogues, man.
What was a 46?
Sneak attack.
Oh.
So yeah, geez, 25 damage. So, creature looks at Ankel just as he switches by and just barely misses a snap from those mandibles. And as he's looking at Ankel, he lets loose an arrow, just plows it right between what you would assume be the eyes.
Did one
Kind of gets a spinning. Still standing though. Right. And with that, Aurelia, it is your turn.
balls? Well, do I be useless for a turn, or do I try something? I also can't use concentration spells or leaf falls.
Yep. He is 20, effectively 30 feet.
Well,
in the
the
air.
thing is, though, is they fall slowly when that ends.
Nope. Fly is disabled, so you will fall at fall speed.
Yeah, but hold up, no. Hold up, it says
When you touch a willing creature,
when
target gains
when the
flying
spell ends,
speed.
the target falls. Whoops.
The target falls if it is still aloft, unless it can stop the fall.
I misread that. I went dyslexic.
You
So
are
it gives them
confusing fly with featherfall. Featherfall
Yeah.
would be fine. This is fly. So my options are limited from the beginning. I'm also nervous about making more of these things mad because there's not going to just be one of them, because how can one of them decimate everything ever?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be more.
I'm a little constipated there, Darkon.
Very.
Oop, sorry.
Well, I'm also on the other side of the fence, so hopefully that gives me some cover bonus. That'd be funny.
Right. You are still within its sphere of attack range.
I'm within sphere of the attack range, but I wonder if he has to munch through the fence to get through me. But
Well,
I have no such compunctions. Is there anybody within 5 feet of that line ground-wise?
Of a what, ground-wise?
5 feet ground-wise of the line that I drew. To the to the sides of the line. Leaf is flying.
So I'm guessing not?
Yeah, no, Jinx is...
This thing's getting a lightning bolt to the face. I'm scared.
Okay.
Odd.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
The thing is, I'm way above this thing, so even if you send a lightning bolt flying,
Oh, then it's totally fine.
Yeah, Ankel is 6 feet away from it, so he's just outside of the range. And even then, he's got uncanny dodge, so...
Yeah, and I'm 20 feet above it, so there's
Yep.
no chance in hell.
And lightning bolt is not an attack roll, so you don't get disadvantage for saving throws. Woot woot! Lightning bolt! Go! Wait, where is the button? Dex save against this. Whoa, that's a lot of 6s and 5s.
Holy
Fuck.
shit, dude.
You spooked Aurelia.
Oh,
That
that's a
bug gonna
3.
explode.
That's a 3. So, yeah, you kill it. How, you want me to describe it?
Aurelia gets knocked over the fence. The bug thing turns around and looks at Aurelia. Aurelia goes, ah! And then lightning bolts the fuck.
Yeah, so it looks at you, goes, ah! You go, ah! You zap it, and it essentially is, you know, like if you put it in the microwave, it explodes like
You
the
ever seen Men in Black? You
Yeah,
ever,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, it's
That is a
essentially,
movie I do know.
Yeah, it's essentially Edgar the cockroach after he got nuked.
Hey.
So yeah, you just Edgar.
Hey Anthony, you can tell that this is the same macro that I gave you for Fireball because it says I do fire damage. Oops,
on,
I gotta fix
you didn't
that.
teleport.
I gotta fix that.
All right. So, with that, as this thing shrieks in it, before it erupts, you feel this deep thrum shake through the ground before it eventually explodes.
Shit. Yeah, lightning makes booms and booms make vibrations.
Yeah.
I did not think this
And
through.
there's
Also, my meteors explode, so those would have made vibrations too.
a number of things could have. And let's see. This guy comes up. And you're dead.
Oh,
This
that
guy
one looks
comes
good.
up. And this guy comes up.
I
that's
don't
because
want to be on this side of the fence anymore.
Well, it's dead. Well, you can move. It's dead now. It won't attack you. You can still move.
Perfect. That's nice.
Yeah. You can be on the other side of the fence where the monsters will be, you know, they'll have to get over the fence and be slightly inconvenienced. Wow, you were like geometrying this bitch up. Yeah, I forgot you can do that. That's like shift click, right?
Right click. You just hold down left click, and then every right click you do is point.
Okay, good God.
That's how I drew
Alright.
Jinx's last name on the map.
So what is your speed? Okay, so this guy pops up from the holes that you see on the ground. This one kind of was munching on a leg of some sort, spits to the ground, gives a slow hiss, and
Jinx
quickly
hisses back.
and quickly dives back into its hole.
Fuck.
That's
Well,
gonna
hey.
be a problem.
Tremors.
Hmm.
So you are going to move. Meow. Okay. It is this dude's turn. This guy is
Oh
not
no.
so inclined to do so.
Oh no. Oh no, Anthony just came up with an idea and I don't like it already.
All right, you're within, it is seen looking at you, Aurelia, and it is liking what it sees. So it skitters with a disturbing wolf spiderish dart, and basically moves right up here, and it's going to make a munch at you. It's going to munch you.
It tries to munch me?
It's going to munch you.
Is this a reaction or is this just a thing I can do?
What is a thing? What?
It is a reaction. Okay, that makes sense. Aurelia is immediately going to use her reaction to do the,
Shield?
where is it? Fuck. Enchantment. School of Enchantment ability that I have. Instinctive Charm. I immediately puppy dog eyes this thing to not hit me. Wisdom saving throw. Number to beat is 14.
Okay.
I'll just poop it over. One moment.
And that is a 12.
You must choose a creature other than itself and me to bite. If you can't, then you waste your attack.
Okay. It comes up to you. It's about to basically sink its pinches into you. You give it puppy dog eyes, and for some reason it hesitates. Looks over at Ankel, and and uses its acid spray attack.
Oh no! It doesn't specify that it can't. I didn't think
Yup.
about this.
So, you need to make a dexterity saving throw and beat a 13.
Uncle does, you mean?
No, and Aurelia. It's a
Oh.
line.
Acid glob is. How close am I to him?
Pretty close.
It's a line and it's a 5-foot wide line.
Okay, so if it blobs it here, it's both of us or whatever.
It's a 35-foot long, 5-foot wide line.
That's a really good way to be adhering to the letter of the rule. I like that. Well done.
Shit. Well,
Like that's some. I like that. Well done.
the
Alright,
letter of
Uncle
the letter of the rule I thought was that's the attack, and then it would use the attack on something else, because I think multi-attack also goes through this. But yeah, I guess if you want to rule it on, it picks something else. So dex save?
Yeah, dex save. Ankel pretty much negates it because of, dodge thing. Because fucking rogues. 15, yep. And you beat it as well. So you both take...
What's with all?
It's a DC 13.
Because it's a 0, so I didn't know if I wanted to use a plus or a minus, so I used both twice.
Ooh, that is almost maximum damage. That is 17, halves to 8. So 8 points of acid damage. So it looks to you, it looks to Ankel, spits a spray of acid, and the final dregs just kind of go onto you. It's kinda, you get the sloppy after spurt, essentially. Alright, and that is pretty much it. Lief, you glorious flying bastard, you. You got guests!
Yeah. Yeah,
I know, right?
You know the best part is though. Hey, you know what? I think. Hold up. Wouldn't piercing arrow? 1 foot wide, 30 feet long. Nope, wouldn't work. Maybe you could hit both of them with your piercing arrow.
No, you have to be on. Yeah, you have to be on the same plane, but yeah, it possibly could work out. Range-wise, I mean, if you want to get up close and personal, you could.
in the air.
No, if you're in the air, you won't be able to hit both of them because you have to be on the same plane. So you'd have to be on the ground, and so that you could get both of them lining up within your shot. It's the Pythagorean theorem. You're vertical, and both of them are on the ground.
I want to be on the ground, though.
All right, we'll go to the ground then.
No, I said I don't want to be on the ground.
Well, then come land on the roof with me and start shooting at people.
Yeah, you know, tremors. Let's tremors this bitch up.
Am I at height? Didn't you say it was only about 20?
You're effectively 30 feet in the air. You're 20 feet, but I'm just gonna say 30 feet because that's easier to keep track of.
Okay.
So you have 60 feet of fly speed as well.
We have a problem.
Oof.
We have a small problem.
What?
What?
Aurelia
I took damage. One moment.
Oh! Aurelia, make a concentration check.
Don't break
You
Leaf's
gotta beat
knees.
a 10.
Leaf is close enough to the building though that I feel like if he does a dexterity check, he might be able to get onto the building.
Yeah,
Leaf
it depends on what happens.
Leaf is in the body of a horse. Just grabbing the ledge of the thing is not going to be easy.
Make a concentration check and we'll see what happens. You have to beat a 10.
Here we are, folks. Leaf.
Hold up.
Fail.
Hold up.
Please
Jinx.
bend that.
I'm using bend luck.
Okay, is that any roll or is that just a crit? No, that's halfling's critical. Okay, yeah. So go ahead and
No. I roll a 1d4 and oh wait, no, hold up.
You
That,
can't,
if
'cause
you
it
roll a
won't beat a
1d4,
10.
that's not enough to make it.
No,
yeah,
it's not. Hold up.
it's 10 or the damage or 10, whichever is the highest, and it was only
Whatever.
8 damage, so 10 is what you have to beat.
Okay, hold up.
And luck only works for you or enemies that attack you.
More than one. Okay, well, shit. Nothing I can do then. Sorry.
So, Leaf, unfortunately, you feel the levitating forces keeping you aloft fail, and you start to fall. I need you to make an athletics check.
Well, that's at least a good.
Because you are effectively a person and a deer falling, and you are not a barbarian.
Yeah, I know. I know.
+4.
I mean, you're still pretty strong. You got really good stats.
Oh,
Yeah.
it would.
Really
Yeah.
good.
But is that deer legs are nothing like horses.
Well, it's
They're
not going
a
to be
lot more
easy.
fresh.
That's all I will say. Oop. And actually, let's see. How does
Well,
okay,
this is
1d6
where
hit points
Lief
per
breaks
10
all of
feet
his
fallen,
legs.
so taking 3d6 points of damage for the 30 feet. Actually, I'll just do 2d6 and 1d4. Take 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Or, that was supposed to be 1d4. Whatever. Take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall to the ground, quite painfully. Your deer caboose is aching. Damn it, Ann.
I'm sorry, I had to. My leg!
Shut the fuck up. Stop.
Alright, so
Why
you gonna mark off the health? You want me to?
No, I. What I did.
Nope, you are still at 48 health. You got a plus next to yours. What the?
I don't know.
I'm very confident she didn't put in the minus sign.
Ah,
What are you talking about? I never have.
eh.
So it would be what 30.
39.
You can type in -9 and it'll do it for you.
There we go. Alright, you still have your 40 feet of movement? Yeah, 40 feet of movement. And your fighter attacks. Which will eventually become a living Gatling gun.
No shit.
You don't.
If only Aurelia could learn the spell Swift Quiver and give it to Lief.
No.
You can use your bonus action to do 2 more attacks on top of your action surge and 2 attacks.
Stop it.
Oh,
Actually,
God.
I should probably color these things so you'll have an easier way of identifying
That
stuff,
would be
shouldn't
nice.
Yeah, I just realized I'm not.
Lum 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 lum.
And alright, they're colored.
With a level 20 fighter, that would be 10 attacks.
Stop. God. Y'all aren't there yet. Do not have to put up with that thing. Yeah, at that level, I'm gonna be throwing a Tarrasque at you, though.
Yeah, not much else can take 10 arrows per round.
I wouldn't be able to hit the second. Bye. Well.
What are we attacking?
I'm not attacking at the moment. That banging's getting annoying, though.
Oh, sorry.
He was doing it in tune with the music.
I was.
Actually, isn't it?
Fuck him up, Lief.
You shut up. You're in safety, you piece of shit. Anyways. I guess, I'll just, attack blue, I guess. With an arrow, I guess.
Okay. Make ein attack roll.
That's a song.
Not sharpshooter,
Yep.
right? Or, yeah.
Little out of that. And
The rolls have been
Critical
abysmal for
fails.
everyone. It's kind of crazy.
all right, that is a critical fail. Let me roll real quick.
I'm kind of done with this session right now.
All right, 92.
Oh, right. You have a failure table of some shit.
Yeah. All right, you fall prone.
What?
Constitution save. Really, you take 26 damage or not touch. Jesus.
Doesn't make much sense with her shooting a bow. Him, sorry.
Yeah, I'll say that you suffer 1d4 slashing damage as you inadvertently overdraw the bow and slash your thumb up. Ah, my thumb! It kind of stings.
Tiny Nick, shoot again.
Yeah. You take 1 point of slashing damage.
Yep.
I would rather be prone.
Go ahead and
You got
do another
two?
attack.
Or
You
one
got
more attack.
yeah,
Uno mas.
it has one more.
Yeah.
It's at 11 that Lief
Yeah.
gets another attack, and then 4 at 20.
Because what is action economy?
There we
Look
go.
at all the ones.
I know, right? We've gotten a lot of them. It's kind of crazy.
Fuck.
You're
this.
attacking blue, right?
Yes.
Okay, yep. Roll. That hits. Roll for damage.
Nice. Holy shit. Max
that's
damage.
Yeah, so, yeah, you rear back, you kind of cut yourself like,
Oh,
oh,
'cause
damn
the
it.
sharp
You redraw and let loose, and you nail this thing right in the top of its thorax. Right as the peak starts in the music. All right. Did you want to use any more abilities, or are you done?
Oh, hold up. Curving shot.
Oh, she has that. Who is this buddy in 60 feet? It is.
Curving shot. What does it do again?
You learn how to direct an errant arrow toward a new target. When you make an attack roll with a magic arrow and miss, you can use a bonus action to reroll the attack roll against a different target within 60 feet of the original target. Because she now has magic arrow and all of her arrows are magic, everything's a curving shot. So she gets to reroll because this thing's within 60.
All right, make another roll.
So.
Yep. Just
Yeah, actually, the magic arrow, well, it's fine, because it's just a funny thing that's a notice. If curving shot happens, go, just do it.
Okay.
But, yeah, originally, in Arcane Archer, all the arrows were inherently magical. They got rid of that, but they forgot to change that for curving shot, and that's a day one errata bug on it. It's not supposed to say magic.
Well, anyway, it didn't hit, but at the very least, you got to try something.
It's your first time using it, so you try and weave the magic into it, but you don't really have the grasp, so it doesn't curve too much, sadly. But you got the feeling of that ability down.
Yeah.
All right. That it?
I mean, not unless I use.
If you want to
Leave, you
do
can
action surge, you can. Yeah.
Go on ahead.
I'm sorry?
I'm done. Just
Oh,
go
okay.
ahead.
All right, Jinx,
All right.
your turn. Atop the
Jinx.
roof, all trimmer style.
Jinx is going to cast Chaos Bolt on Red,
Oh.
using Tides of Chaos to give her advantage.
Wait a minute, never
Alright.
mind.
Does Wild Magic Surge go off? I have to ask
No.
because I'm using Tides of Chaos.
No, they
No.
gave it back with magic arrow. That's what happened.
Alright, so spell hit, advantage, boom. Okay, 19, does that hit?
Yep.
Right. Chaos Bolt, critical, and level 1. Alright, so that is, let's see, so 7, just a moment. That is psychic damage.
And you're attacking blue, right?
Red.
Right, okay. No, it's 8. She's 18, good god.
Yep.
All right. I'll lose that purplish wave of energy and see the creature kind of vibrate slightly as it affects it.
Wild Magic Surge does not go off. And now for my bonus action, mini meteors twice on Red.
Okay. And what is DC?
15.
How many?
2.
How
And
many
since
mini
it's-
meters do you have left?
I have 2 left.
19 and 18. Makes them both.
All right, so half
15,
damage.
Half down to 6.
And hold up. Wild Magic Surge does not go off for that.
All right.
And that is my turn.
Alrighty. So, it's Red's turn now. Did not really care for that. Hurt his brain. He kind of thinks with that.
Balls.
Does he even know what hit him?
Nobody knows. He knows that he feels sound.
It came from this direction.
Yep, he feels sound, and he just received pain. So, the thing that gave him pain must be in this direction.
Could you be? Is it possible to overload them with sound?
You don't know. You have
Does
not.
that
That's
need
something
to-
you have to like.
Quick,
specifically
quick!
study.
Somebody grab a Screecher pod from Monster Hunter World.
All right. With that, this thing is
That's a
going to
mandrake, isn't it?
Ooh, a Mandrake would be a great idea.
This thing's gonna rear back and use its acid spray on Lief and Ankel. Make a dexterity saving throw. Plus. Ankel's got a 8. Good God.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Yeah, 26. Jeez.
I
Ankel's,
mean, Leaf's got a +5, so
Oh,
that's
yeah.
no slouch either.
No, definitely not. Like Ankel just but because of his dodge.
What was the number that they needed to be?
They need to be to 13. So Ankel just like neo dodges it, and Leaf, you manage to kind of jerk your body up, but you kind of catch the acid on the flank.
What?
You're lovely. If you beat it, you get half damage, and because Ankel is a rogue, uncanny dodge, basically negates it if he succeeds. All right, there's 11 damage, half down to 5. You take 5 acid damage.
Fucking bullshit. This whole...
Where'd that third one go?
Third one burrowed down.
I think you meant to say evasion. Uncanny dodge is the reaction thing.
Is it? Well,
Whatever.
I mean, tomato.
He has it.
Yeah. All right, so it is Ankel's turn. He's like, son of a bitch! Didn't hurt, but still, just got this hat.
Yeah, Leaf made it for me.
And he's gonna go ahead and hop over this fence just as a sense of cover. And no sneak attack, sadly, but gonna make an attack all the same. And where is it? Come on, I just saw you. There we go. +8. Roll 1d20 plus 8. That hits. Roll 1d8 plus 5. 5. That's it.
Who's he attacking?
Right.
Red?
It was attacking red. The one
Okay.
that spat acid at him.
To be fair, they both spat acid.
Well, the most recent spit at him. It's like, that was annoying. All right.
That's just distracting. And that was annoyingly distracting.
You see a plume of smoke, and you see another creature pop up here. I have a feeling those meteors may have something to do with this. Just a little bit. And that creature is going to dash.
It's all your fault.
What?
Jinx, is all your fault. Because he said, I think the meteors had a little bit something to do with this, so I'm saying it's all your fault.
40.
It can just
so
it can
it's
just YOLO over the fence.
Yeah, it's dashing. The fence really isn't difficult terrain. I'm not going to rule it for you guys or the bugs.
Oh, that's good to know.
I mean, it's a fence. It's a wooden fence made by people, so it's like, And these things are big enough, I feel like I could just crawl over it. But, yeah, that thing is right up in your grill, Leaf.
Yeah,
Hissing and
I forgot.
drooling, nasty bug stank.
I didn't even know there was a third one. Ugh.
Alright.
The third one was on the map, and then it barrowed after. Didn't know there was a fourth one.
There's a fourth one. Oh, there's a fourth one.
Yep. And this one,
But yeah, we
sensing
need
the
to-
vibrations, is going to burrow down.
Let's just leave. I don't want to be here anymore. We'll just leave.
Jinx, we need more fireball.
I'm on it.
Yeah, technically, fireball is flame.
Make sure we're not in the way, though.
Yeah, I guess
I
technically
promise to
fireball...
try.
Because here's the thing, technically fireball is just flame. There's no concussive force to it. It's just fire. So it doesn't have any like concussive
Yeah.
tremor sense. All right, Aurelia, it is your turn. You got a horrible burn through your only favorite robe, right in the stomach.
Really is going to fuck off over here. You can bite me. I don't care. That rhymed and I didn't mean it to.
I was gonna say, it's gonna try exactly that. All right, where? Oh, I gotta be an object.
Can you beat a 13?
Let's try. 21, yes.
Fuck.
Fuck.
So you take bite 2d6. And I've got that macro. Whew.
Wait, who's getting bit?
Me.
Aurelia, you take 14 slashing damage as it clamps squarely down on your lower back and just carves into your sides.
Nidio, I'm glad that I decided to move first. Red one. Welcome to Enemies Abound. Make an intelligence saving throw.
Ooh, awesome!
I am mad. I am mad, and the red one is now going to hate everything. It can still fight us. It can still fight us, but it will hate everyone.
All right, what's the DC?
14, intelligence saving throw.
That is a 1.
Okay, everyone leave red alone if possible.
You cast that spell, and if this thing's eyes could glow red, you get the feeling they would as it leaps up and just lets out a like acid lipping from its pincers. It is nettled.
Yep.
So, do anything else?
This is specifically what it says. But yeah, that's my turn, and I am hiding behind Ankel while trying to not die.
So, a medium creature is hiding behind a small creature. Interesting. All right.
Well, I'm hiding behind the fence, particularly.
It was a joke. All right, so I'm gonna say there's not really gonna be. Is this red? No, this is blue. Okay. Yeah, blue is.
Leave me the fuck alone. Also,
Yeah,
if anyone would, whatever reason, provoke an opportunity attack from red, he will take it, regardless of who it is, immediately.
All right, and blue is actually gonna burrow.
Fuck. This option sucks. Oh, I almost want Jinx to... Like, I don't know if this is meta knowledge, but I almost want Jinx to just throw a meteor out in the middle of fucking nowhere so they piss off. But I don't know if we know that.
I think for Jinx, I think for Aurelia, you could advise Jinx of that with a bonus action. With Jinx, you'd have to make a
I have nothing else to use this bonus action on. I'm doing it.
All right, so the thing is burrowed. Lief, it is your turn, and you currently have green right in front of you.
Yeah, I see that.
Just let the information be known.
I hate this fight.
So do we all.
Like, any kind of fight that has to do with fucking trimmers can just go straight to fucking hell for all I care.
If I remember, when I made you guys fight Diablos, you wrecked his shit, so...
Yeah, but that's because we had fucking a druid and a wizard on the team.
There was also only one of them.
And not only
There was
that,
also
but
only one of them, so...
Yeah.
not only that, but a fucking, like, radiant, whatever cleric, like a sun cleric too, so,
Yeah.
like, we kind of, like, it, Hope basically Elliot it.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. I'll make it a
shit.
black. I'll make it a black Diablos next time.
Is there anywhere for me to go other than
Yeah,
behind-
you can.
But it's not like the fence is gonna keep it from getting me, so
Oh, but you can still move out of its range.
yeah, and it's fucking spitting at of course.
Actually,
Green is not used as
as long as you don't leave his range, he doesn't opportunity attack you. How does the pierce shot work again?
It just shoots in a straight line.
Would you be able to just waltz around him to here and then just say fuck both of you?
Yeah, I'd say that's fine. There's just enough room to squeeze there, and you can shoot his piercing shot there.
Well, I mean,
And you're not moving enough to invoke an opportunity attack either.
I can only.
No, 'cause
If you move here,
Because I was saying, like, go around, like, walk around him, but never leave his range. Like that. and then just fuck you. It's an option. I just wanted to see if it was a real one.
I don't think I'd be able to.
Royce already
you
signed
don't-
off
you
on
don't-
you
you
not
can-
having
yeah, you
being
can
able to
move
squeeze
right
on the
here.
fence.
He said you could do that.
What now?
Move here. Right here.
Oh, okay. I'm here.
And now you can do your piercing magic arrow shot through both of them
If you want.
if you want.
Or whatever.
I was only trying to make a suggestion. I wasn't trying to force her to go there.
No, but that's like that. I was trying to explain what the thought process was. So you can move back and do whatever it is you decide. Just
Okay. So I would have to do a hit, wouldn't I?
no, not with
The piercing
Piercing
shot's a
arrow.
DC, isn't it?
Yep.
What is
Yep,
the
and what is it?
number?
Is it a dex save?
Most probably.
What is your spell DC at 13? Okay.
13.
13. Yep.
Shit.
Field save, creature takes damage,
12.
is hit by the arrow plus pierce damage. A successful save takes half as much damage.
All right,
By the way,
so
Royce, the
Wait
music
a minute.
stopped.
Didn't you say not to hit red though?
No, it's fine. It doesn't, like, doing optimal damage is the most important thing right now.
all right, so
Because if red dies, then red dies, and then that's less problems. And if red doesn't die, red's gonna bite green, and it's fine. So it's fine either way.
So green fails and red succeeds.
One moment, getting
So
called.
half damage.
Save.
So
Yeah,
green
fail, it
14,
takes-
red 7. Also, the music stopped.
Oh, did it? Shoot.
Yeah.
Come on, 5 armies. Put you on repeat.
Sorry, was currently
So it's
streaming.
basically your damage plus 1d6 for green, and then just a normal attack,
Today
and
was
then
going
half
to
as
be
much
go
attack for
to Sobeys,
red.
but then you showed up, and then the stream happened.
Each creature.
I was
you'll
going to go to
see-
Sobeys the second I
arrow
got
plus
back. I
one
didn't realize you were home. Huh? What do you want to do? Well, I don't know how much longer this is going to be. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's going to be my next immediate question.
Okay, you're gonna roll a second roll for red.
Yep, you can do another attack.
Yeah, you roll for the first one, and then the second one you make it roll as well.
So the second attack, you would have to roll to attack.
Yeah.
I guess Darkon's not muted. They can hear him.
What? Oh no, I intentionally unmuted myself because I thought he was done talking to me.
So what?
You have a second attack.
I know, but I didn't. What was the damage that they took though?
Green took 14, red took 7.
Yep.
If you attack green, you'll have disadvantage because of a normal
About
bow
5
attack.
feet.
So if you attack normally, you'll want to attack a red.
Doesn't she
No,
have
if
a
you-
sword?
True.
I'll say it's a
Sorry.
bonus action to change your weapons.
What'd you say, Royce?
I'll say if you want to change your weapons, it'll be a bonus action for that.
If you want to attack green with your sword.
Or you can kill red, I don't care. I just want things to start dying.
Yeah.
Who are you attacking
Red.
with what?
Red.
With the bow.
Okay, green is right next to you, so you've got to make that ranged attack with disadvantage.
So you'd have to do disadvantage regardless.
Yeah, but I only saw one attack roll for that.
No, but you did not convey that regardless of who she was attacking, she would get disadvantage with the
You
bow.
just-
That
I
needed to
assumed
be
it was-
conveyed.
Only said
I assumed it was no because that's
No.
basic attack. Okay, I apologize. Yeah, attack mechanics. If an enemy is within 5 feet of you while you're making a ranged attack, you must do it with a disadvantage unless you have something special that prevents that. I'm sorry, I thought that was no.
I mean, that, but
So just, I guess, roll again, I guess. At this point, you might as well just attack green.
yeah, no, like I said,
Yeah, so just roll again for the disadvantage. Okay, so you got the 17 because you already rolled the first time, and so the higher roll that one would have been the 20. So 17. I assume that hits.
Yep, that hits.
Roll for damage. There we go.
that's what I was doing. God.
And you said you were attacking green, right?
Yeah.
You need to calm your patience down. Jesus.
Okay. 21 points of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and that kills green. It dies in a heaping mess in front of you, Lief.
Oh, I
Okay.
Unless you
really
wanna do-
hope. If whatever
Okay,
you do,
so-
if whatever you do doesn't kill red, I really hope one of the other guys pops back up before red does something.
So Jinx, having heard Aurelia's command, is going to use one of her meteors on Scarecrow.
Okay, make an attack. Or yeah, no, that's not an attack though.
Nope, but I'll do the roll regardless. Maybe it will, you know. Okay, so those explode. Does Wild Magic Surge go off from being used by that?
Sure.
Okay. 10. 60. Okay, so a 10 is a nuisance. 60. Approximately 100 gallons of water appears over your head. And those within.
This again? Are you fucking kidding me? Not
All
this
right, Jinx, make a strength saving throw to prevent from being knocked off
Holy
of the
shit.
roof.
This is the second time.
This is 60 gallons?
100 gallons.
Make a
This is-
strength saving throw.
This
you
is
better
the
roll
second
well.
time. The second time.
Well, at least the leather crops watered.
I hate your character
So that
fucking much.
16 was your strength check.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get knocked the fuck off.
If
you
it wasn't for apples, I would be like, I don't fucking care if Jinx dies at this point, but because of apples, I can't let her die. Sorry.
6, and I'll just say for an additional 1d6 because it's 100 fucking gallons of water. All right. Oh my god. You take 22 bludgeoning damage as you fall forward.
22? Are you fucking serious?
6 and 5 is 6 and 5. I can screenshot it for you. 3d6 for
Over half my
the
fucking
fall,
health
and then
gone.
1d6 for the 100 gallons of water falling on top of you. I'll say because it's falling on the building that kind of umbrellas out in like cascades, doesn't fall directly on the rest of the party.
So I just. Bleh.
Here.
Oh, there.
Yep. Roll the 1d4. 1 was for top, and it rolled a 1.
Alright. Well, that sucked. Does anything. Well, no, that's not my turn, dude. That was just my bonus action that I used. I still have my full.
My finger
Okay.
twitched. I cycled it back around you.
Does anything. Do I notice anything happening here with the meteor? having
You
happened?
notice the scarecrow vibrating. Nothing immediately occurs.
Okay. Is there a hole here? Like, did water go into the hole from where that guy burrowed?
No, the guy's still here in his corpse.
No, but there was someone here that burrowed. There was another one here that burrowed.
The hole itself was not actually built up as a hole, so the dirt was basically scavenged behind it as it burrowed. So no, there's not.
Okay, so it self collapses.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like meant as a traversing hole. It's just basically get the fuck into the ground hole.
Oh, okay.
I like that. That's a. Ooh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do.
Yeah, it's also kind of rough because those are the RPG Maker holes.
Oh,
What's happening?
hold on.
He is
This is
changing
good.
his mind. That's what's happening.
Okay.
Okay, I think it just happened.
Good or bad? It sounds bad.
Yeah, I'm not saying. Continue.
Oh boy. Okay, so now,
Here we go, explode again.
yeah. So, this is a tough one. So, is the hole still there or no?
It's basically like an indent into the earth. It's not an actual hole. When it dug, it like dug, dirt behind it, and that kind of filled it back in. So it's not like a full burrow. It's a collapsed hole.
Let's see.
The dirt you're moving's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
No, right now I'm trying to debate because these things are sound based. So the question is, will a certain spell inhibit them or attract them?
One way to find out.
But with over half my health gone, that's a problem.
You don't have anyone that's able to attack you, Green and OG dude.
Yeah, but these things burrow, dude.
Yeah.
And this hole isn't there anymore. So I was hoping it was still there, because if it was, I was going to thunderclap into it.
I mean, hey man, think outside the box. I reward creativeness. Or punish it.
Okay.
What?
Alright, here's...
What? Thunderclaps... Thunderclaps and AoE centered on you. How would you do that? You just do it.
Yeah, but
why can't you still just do it?
Or we can just let Anthony do his thing and see what happens.
Because if you do it into the holes, it's going to reverberate through the tunnels.
Yeah, I guess it would do it easier.
Okay, all right. I know how I'm going to do this. This is going to be a little bit bananas here. All right. So, this is either going to save us or kill me.
Oh my god, no.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm
getting-
getting if apples join.
I'm doing the dash action. So, dash action to this hole.
Okay.
At which point I'm going to use Quickened Spell so that I can still cast a spell this turn. And I'm going to use Thunderclap into the hole.
Alright.
Oh god.
Like I said, this is either going to save us or kill me.
And the holes and
Well,
and the passageways would probably be possibly damp from your fucking water downpour.
Right.
Yeah, so
If you die, this will be my last session. Just letting you know.
this can be heard from up to 100 feet around. So all of these holes are within range of that.
Mm-hmm.
And sound reverberates. So, time to see if I die.
Alright. You cast it?
Yep, I cast it. Oh wait, no, yeah, it's not a level 1 spell, so Wild Magic Surge wouldn't even...
Nope, it is a cantrip.
What's your
Yep.
spell stay, Steve, again? 15?
15.
Okay. Alright.
That's
You cast it.
terrifying.
As you cast it, the space right to your left, it suddenly erupts.
Oh, fuck.
As one of the creatures that burrowed, it comes up.
This is my last session.
It is, ichor is like seeping from the chitinous plates on it, and it is like frothing, foamy green acid from its mandibles.
Yay!
Oh. It worked!
I had-
need you to make a dexterity saving throw to keep from being launched away, because it essentially erupt pretty much practically on top.
Yeah. I'm so glad that he hadn't played Monster Hunter World, and that's why I was being quiet. I had a feeling you were going to handle this the exact same way Diablos does. This is what happens to Diablos if you wreck him.
Alright, 21.
Alright, yep. You don't get knocked prone, but you do get pushed 5 feet away.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I'll
it was
take that.
good. I was thinking like, ooh, if he gets knocked prone, fuck. Alright. And that's pretty much
So
all
is
she wrote.
that thing dead or alive?
Oh no, it's alive, but it's like where its plates kind of interlock, there's this green ichor like blood seeping out. Like, you know how sound travels through water and like, it can fuck you up if you're right next to it? That's kind of like what happened to this thing. Kind
Okay,
of.
how does this one react? Because it was within 100 feet.
It twitches and its whole body shudders, and you don't know how it's currently perceived that. It just.
Well, we're about to find out the second you end your turn.
Yep, that's my turn.
All right.
Unless there's another thing with 15 under the ground that we can't see.
Now, I was going to originally have, if these things got hit with sound, they'd be confused. It would attack anything nearby. But the enemies abound kind of already fucking does that. Actually, hold on.
Well, it heard the sound in this direction.
Actually, yeah, and let's see. Red is used as spit. Let's see if he gets it back.
Oh, charge mechanics.
Yeah, that's a 2. He doesn't get it back. Because I was going to say, he was going to, like, blindly spit it in Jinx's direction. But yeah, he does not get it back. And this creature, it essentially detected what it sees as a massive sound wave.
Just a wall, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much getting smacked in the head with a sledgehammer. So it is going to dash in this direction.
The fuck was that? Like
Like I said, this is either gonna save us or kill me. Maybe both.
I accidentally deleted you. Whoops.
Oh, one of them died.
Actually, I deleted him. All right. Let's see.
Well, if the one you deleted was purple or whatever. Actually, yeah,
No,
this one doesn't have a color. What?
Yeah, I actually deleted it. Oops. Where's red? Did I delete red?
Is this not? Wait, no? Red's here. Red's here.
Red's over.
Green's
the left.
here. I don't know if this one ever had a color. I don't think so.
No.
Does that make you purple?
This one doesn't have a color, but it's number 6.
Yeah, this guy was purple, I think. Derp. Sorry about that.
He's also 10. He's 10 and 6.
What?
I guess I did actually delete it. Well, I'll just err on the side of caution and make him 6. All right, so red pretty much went.
Oh, you're talking initiative. Okay.
Yep. Ankel is understandably freaked out, and seeing Jinx
Freaked out.
suddenly
Jinx had a good idea. What?
These things are not your average everyday monster, so he's a little rattled. But yeah, he sees Jinx getting jumped, and what is the range of the short bow? It shouldn't
Enough.
be an issue.
The range of the short bow is enough.
Yeah, because let's see, that's within range. So he's gonna make an attack. Oh, 1d20.
Yeah, there was also.
I'm also getting very short on time.
The blue bug burrowed.
All right. Yep. Blue bug did burrow. All right, 11. That
Say again?
unfortunately misses.
Say again?
Damn it. All right, he's
Fuck.
going to actually take his bonus action and try and hide.
No, damn it.
It's
This will be
all I
over in
got,
like another
man.
minute. Damn it.
Okay,
Just letting you know, the instant that this fight's over, I am immediately out of time.
All right. Okay.
So we'll wrap it up there.
Yes.
Green is dead. So, speaking of you, Darkon, your turn.
That is indeed my turn.
Like that's a number.
Can I see purple?
Yes. It erupted right beside Jinx and like threw to the side. So yeah, it's from the ground.
I'm
and
not in the
completely-
mood to take gambles right now, so you're going to get a level 2 magic missile to the face.
Okay. Jeez, fuck this thing.
I create 4 magic missiles. All of the missiles are
yeah, they
aimed at purple. And magic missile does not have anything to save against, so get wrecked by 4 missiles. I roll them all at once.
Well, Puff is cheering for you. You send the 3 bolts of kinetic energy out,
4.
and they pepper this.
Level 2, 4 bolts.
You send the 4 bolts of kinetic energy out. They soar and kind of spiral in a little design, and just drill into this thing's midsection and basically plow a hole straight through. It's dead.
Good. Quick,
Damn.
kill red.
Thunderclap did fucking work.
Indeed.
All right.
Chibi, finish off red. I don't need him anymore.
Where's blue though?
Fuck. Right, there was 5 of them.
Yep.
Damn it, I'm gonna miss my ride.
If you need to hop out, Darkon, hop it.
He can't, dude. He's the stream.
If
Oh,
if I hop out, the stream can't end.
Well, then we can end it here and pick up later.
No, just kill fast.
Okay.
All right, Haley, you're up. Kill Red. Fuck him up. This is the time to use action surge. Fuck the world asunder.
Attack twice first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so, Blue's nowhere to be seen, so...
Blue burrowed and is unseen.
You should use sharpshooter.
She has been so far.
That's how...
No, not sharpshooter. There's something that she can do, that she can take a -5 penalty.
She has been using that this entire time.
Has she?
Yes.
Yeah. Why do you think she's been having?
Where do you
plus
think
10 to
where do you
freaking
think the plus 10
damage
came
rolls?
from?
No. Sharpshooter is a -5 penalty.
-5 penalty plus 10
hits.
damage. She has been using it the entire time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I understand.
Go!
She's been hitting like a Big Mac truck.
Okay, shit. Just hit red then, because there's nothing else.
Yay! Red die!
Miss.
And there's not another target for curving shot.
Alright.
Fire again?
I hope that didn't actually hit disadvantage or anything.
No, you're good.
It dashed. It didn't disengage.
If you hit
Are
disadvantage,
you fucking for real?
okay, maybe it now is time for action surge. Fuck you.
Fine, I'll fucking use it.
It needs to die.
I don't like the rolling theme of this.
Fucker, I'm trying.
I know.
There we go. Oh my god.
Oh, that was almost one.
Yeah, red has 1 point of health, so yeah, you kill it.
Hey! All right,
So where's blue?
ready an arrow shot. Ready an arrow shot for blue.
Or did blue die underground?
You do not know. I will say this though. As Lief readies an action, you wait for 10 seconds, 20, 30, a minute.
We do not know if
And
blue
nothing
died, but
pops
blue
back up.
decided to at least fuck off.
The faint ephemeral music turns to victory fanfare. Okay, I guess we won.
Yep, blue kind of GTFO'd. Alright, Darkon's gotta go catch a ride, so thank you everybody for tuning in.
We're gonna keep the outro kind of short. Thank you everyone for coming. PDW or not PDW, sorry. Dungeons and PhatDogs, episode 12. Thank you for joining us. Keep an eye out on the Discord for when the next one will be. Again, maybe consider donating to our Patreon. It really helps us get stuff out on a more regular basis. Paying editors helps keep them, well, working fast.
Indeed.
You know, some carrot is better than nothing but stick.
But our Canadian needs a ride, so we love you! Bye!
Thanks for joining us.
Bye.